marijuana card without ever leaving your home? Just go to VeraHeal.com. That's where you'll find answers to all your cannabis questions and pre-qualify online in just a couple of minutes. Then enter some brief information, schedule an appointment with a state-licensed doctor right there on demand at a time that is most convenient for you, and you'll be well on your way. That is so much better than trying to navigate this intricate process on your own. No thanks. No, don't do it. Instead, go to VeraHeal.com and do it all from the comfort and privacy of anywhere. VERIHEAL. VeraHeal.com. Pre-qualify for your medical marijuana card online right now at VeraHeal.com. Approved or your money back.
97.5 The Fanatic is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to performing broad outreach to fill job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Community organizations that wish to receive our job postings should contact the Fanatic's business office by calling 610-771-9750. We also encourage listeners to visit bbgi.com, where you'll find an online listing of job openings at Beasley Media Group, LLC.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
If you or someone you love has been diagnosed with breast cancer, breastcancer.org is here to help. Find free expert guidance online. Learn about breast cancer risk, diagnosis, treatments, side effects, and managing life during cancer. Join breastcancer.org's online community to connect with others who know just what you're going through. Our mission is to empower you to make the best decisions for your life. No one should face breast cancer alone. Find support at breastcancer.org.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Oh, yes, it does. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters in the 6 a.m. hour, because Bradford White is here for the pro. Now, Bradford White's here for the pro, but, Pat, like, nobody's here for us. I mean, like, it's... Bobby's out. Bobby's got to go to a funeral today, which is not fun.
Yeah.
And we hope that he is going to have a good day today. I mean, it's me, you, and Connor. And Connor said there was a little altercation. And Connor, I see, pushes Egan in the hallway and goes, I want Bob's chair. And Pat, you just ceded the chair. You just said, you take Bob's chair. I don't give a damn.
Look, and I love both of you, but spending 4 hours in a room with either of you doesn't really seem appealing when I have the option of spending it in here by myself.
Because Coach isn't here.
Thoughts. Yeah, Coach isn't here. He was licking doorknobs and high-fiving everybody at Wawa, which I warned him about.
Right.
Told him, like, dude, you might not want to do that. So Coach isn't here either. He's not feeling well.
Coach is not feeling well, and it's a pet peeve. Can we do the morning mind bender as a morning pet peeve?
Absolutely.
I say to people, stay the hell home when you're sick. When you're sick, stay home. Your coworkers don't appreciate it. Stay home.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Don't risk getting everybody sick. It's Thanksgiving week. Yeah. And I begged Coach. I said, Coach, just go home. Stay home. Don't get people sick around the holidays when you're sick. You can be. We've all learned this in life at one time or another. We can all be replaced. We are all not so invaluable. Now, Egan might be, because he knows where all the bodies are buried. And if the digital content doesn't get up, well.
Just putting some up right now, Johnny.
Well, I already got mine up. I got mine up earlier, too.
I saw it.
I want to make sure that I got the good check mark today. But maybe Pat's invaluable. Because if he wasn't pushing the buttons, we'd have to bring in Ray Dunn. And Ray knows how to push the buttons. Connor knows how to push the buttons. Maybe it's only me who is invaluable. I haven't run a board in 17, 18 years.
Really? You think you could figure it out if you had to go in there?
Yeah.
If we did swap day.
But I told Pat it's far more complicated board than I used to run.
Yeah.
Much more.
Well, yours
There's
used to have like a hamster on a wheel.
No, it was there would be a stick.
Made out of wood and styrofoam.
There was a stick with like something on it that would. But we had so many less things on there.
You had tubes. We
had fader. I mean, all the faders are the same. Like, I mean, it's
not that hard.
It looks more complicated.
Yeah, when I have to train people on this, I always tell them, Connor can attest, I tell them I could train a monkey to do this.
I heard you say if Connor was trained on this, that you could train anybody when you were training Ray.
Yeah.
And then, and Ray took what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes of training?
Yeah, if Connor could pick it up.
We figured it is.
I think most people can.
We welcome Connor in studio today. Connor, we usually keep you in the back room.
Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you.
I appreciate it.
We're glad to have you. Connor Thomas, you hear him post games of Eagles games, which, by the way, so I go to the games. I sit in the press box. Sometimes I'll stick around for the end and go in the locker room and stuff. So I will hear Connor and Tom Albert on the way home. Excellent job.
Appreciate that.
Very measured, very inspired conversation. So if you're stuck in your car after Eagles games, now not this Sunday night, because it'd be like in the middle of the night.
Right.
But for those games, get in and talk to Connor and Tom on the way home.
Yeah, thank you very much for doing that to people who already have. Thank you for saying that, John. And hey, it's much easier to put together a good show when they're 9-1.
It is.
Tell you what.
It very much is. And that's part of it. We're going to talk about something in the 7 o'clock hour that actually got a friend of mine heard the back and forth yesterday that Pat and I had about the Andy Reid be happy with the win, and got into a discussion with me, and he goes, I think it's generational. And we'll talk about it, that maybe a generational way of looking at things that maybe over time some of us as fans get more, not bitter, but more cynical.
Jaded.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk about that coming up today at 7 o'clock. So Ben Simmons came back last night, boys. And hardly any of his old teammates were there to greet him.
Oh, what a loser!
I also didn't listen to Anthony Gargano. I listened to his show. I listened to Cuz and Chunas yesterday. Went out, took a walk on the trails. It was a beautiful afternoon. Gorgeous listening to Cuz and Chunas. And Anthony said, and I quote, I like the Sixers tonight. In fact, I may like them outright. I didn't listen to Anthony. Didn't listen to him. I thought Sixers are going to get crushed tonight.
So you bet against your team.
$3.72.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That I'll never see back. I thought they were going to get trucked last night.
Me too, but I'm not betting against them.
Come on.
So you won't place a bet ever?
No.
And that's even when you think it's a obvious situation. It taught me a lesson.
If I want the coach to get fired, it's different, because then I'm kind of actively cheering for them to lose. So there's a change in regime. Like with Temple. Temple last year, I was betting against them because that buffoon from Indiana had no idea what he was doing, and I wanted him out.
And we're glad he's gone.
Oh, very much so. So in that situation, I'll place a bet against the team. But for the most part, no, I'm not placing a bet against the team if I don't think they're going to win.
I I do as I told Pat, I've told him before, I was telling Connor earlier, I had $3.72 on the balance. I think I had $2.23.72. So I wanted to take the $3.72.
You want the round number.
Because I just want the round number to start fresh today.
I do the same thing.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Because I laugh at people who round off at the gas pump.
Right, who tried to stop it right on the number.
When I'm like, you're putting it on, almost everybody puts gas on their credit card.
Yeah.
And I laugh at people that sit and try to round it off to a number. It's on your credit card bill. Who cares if it's 61 cents, 50 cents, $1?
I'm sure Parks appreciates it because you're most likely making bets just to make bets and not really waiting.
Well, I think that's what it is. I think they do enjoy that.
Parks but no, you made the right bet last night. Just the improbable happened.
I believe it.
Which is good
was.
for us.
It was. It's the Sixers last night, though. Every once in a while, and it's one of the reasons why I think, and this, I'm not trying to slam it. I'm just trying to make a statement that I believe the NBA regular season is the least riveting, least important regular season in all of sports, because that's how NBA teams tell me they handle it. They sit their stars. Golden State the other night sat 3 stars at New Orleans. Our buddy Todd Graffinini doing the games for the New Orleans Hornets. Pelicans, were having just a field day because they dominate the Warriors, but they didn't brush up with their 3 stars. I think of the fans who bought tickets last night. Now, you got Maxey injured, Embiid injured, Harden injured. It's different. But the team, like the Warriors the other night, imagine you spend all your money, you empty your bank account, and you get your kid tickets to go see Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and everything, and then they don't show up to play. Last night, you showed up to see the Nets and the Sixers. The Sixers are out of their own control are injured, but the Nets, they limped into that. They fell apart. There's no chemistry.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an overlooking a team that didn't have really any starters going besides Tobias Harris. I don't know if it's the chemistry of that team's just so far off that any given night they can implode, but they didn't look like a championship caliber team. They didn't look like a deep playoff run caliber team last night, despite the outcome. They just don't have the feel of a team that is going to succeed on that level on or off the court.
I wonder, Pat, if they talk about chemistry, and I wonder if those are the kind of games that show you the Sixers do have a better locker room, do have a better chemistry, do have a better sort of team. Because when you lose a game like that, that's embarrassing.
Oh, that net situation has got to be very toxic. You've got your best player who is known to want out. Yeah, okay, he came back and all that, but like everybody knows, he wants out of Brooklyn. Then you've got a whack job in Kyrie, and then you've got Ben Simmons, who a week and a half ago, a report comes out that the Nets are ready to move on from him.
And he's played better, by the way.
He has
since that report.
Look, he's a good player. I mean, we can all make fun of him, but he's a good player. But it's an untenable situation. And then you've got the Sixers who, look, they might be down a bunch of guys, but yeah, it's a much better situation in Philly right now than Brooklyn. Brooklyn's a dumpster fire.
So is Durant less of a player than I think he is? Because he's a great talent, and the stats are amazing. Mm-hmm. But that's a game last night that I think Kevin Durant says to his teammates, come on. Like, he didn't care. He did not care last night that they were getting their asses kicked.
Yeah.
His body language was terrible.
I don't know what he is in the locker room. Like, I don't know. Because,
right, we don't know because we're not there.
Exactly. But this is the conversation I kind of brought up when we had those offseason talks about would you trade Tyrese Maxey for him? And to me, Kevin Durant is an exceptionally talented player, one that you should, in a vacuum, always go for and sell out for, because that's a guy that makes your team a championship team. But to me, the aura around him, and I can't place my finger on exactly what it is, he just doesn't feel like a winner. The only time he's ever won on the highest level, he was with one of the greatest dynasties in the history of the sport. And other places he's had talent, and it just doesn't come together. Something about him just doesn't say winner, whether it's attitude or something going on in the locker room we're not aware of. I just don't feel it from him.
Pat, I agree with Connor. I think the way you sum that up is that I know the numbers are there for Durant, and I know that he's a tremendous player, but I just wonder if it's strange to say, I wonder if he's a winner.
I wonder, though, if it's a situation of he's sitting there going, why should I care when some of these guys don't care? Like, I'm supposed to be here with 2 stars in Kyrie and Ben. Kyrie is, who knows if he shows up half the time. He probably doesn't for various reasons. And then you've got Ben Simmons, who won't even show up for a playoff game because we're down 3-0. So if I'm Durant, at some point I have a breaking point. And I go, well, if they don't care, I'm not caring. And I asked you for a trade, and you didn't give it to me. So yeah, I'm going to show up and I'm going to get my points. And I'm going to do all that. But if you want me to go all out, no, I'm not doing that. I'm checked out.
Because I asked you to leave, and you didn't let me leave.
Right, and and
I get that though. But isn't your legacy on the line?
Well, I mean, look what's going on in L.A. Right?
Oh, I can already guess.
Look, LeBron James wins a championship in the COVID bubble year.
Which I don't count.
And every other year other than that in L.A., it has been a tarnish on his legacy of missing the playoffs, asking for trading for stars that have not panned out, and now they're sitting there.
That he's demanded, by the way.
And they have 5 wins. So I don't even look at the NBA caring about legacy. At some point, your legacy's cemented, and then anything you do after that doesn't seem to matter because LeBron James is still LeBron James. Nobody mentions the fact that it's been a disaster in L.A. because, oh my God, he won a championship during the bubble.
Is he going to demand a trade?
No.
So you say no?
No, he'll try to fix it.
I don't see a way. I don't see a way out.
Neither do I. But he's.
But it's because it's great that you brought this up because it is something that I wanted to dovetail this conversation into. It's 2 of the biggest stars in the NBA that are sort of right now in danger of being on teams that are totally a waste of time. Lakers and Nets.
Right.
And that's bad for business. That's bad for NBA business. For Durant and LeBron James, 2 top 5 players, correct?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
2 top 5 guys.
Have to be.
Okay. And they're on they like LeBron is not going to be in the playoffs. He's not. That team is not going to be a playoff team in the Western Conference. And if Durant ends up on a grease fire that ends up not being anything, the NBA, it's not good for business to have 2 players like that not be on relevant teams.
It's better for KD and LeBron to be in situations where they're on the biggest stage, but I don't think it's killing the NBA because of the star power that's spread around the league. I think they would prefer them to be in a situation where they're winning and on primetime regularly and making runs to finals, but I don't think it's going to, I don't think the NBA is worried about, we don't have LeBron and KD with all the exciting stuff that's going on. Because in a way, the NBA, they're not happy about the situation in Brooklyn and the clown show that goes on up there. But no one stops talking about them, whether KD's playing well or not, because they're nutcases on and off the floor.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody will be talking about them if they're not in the playoffs.
But they'll still be teams watching. You'll still have really exciting players in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's I actually think that the NBA could benefit from this in a weird way.
You do?
Yeah, I mean,
why
you look
new stars?
Yeah, you look at Kevin Durant's 34, LeBron is 37. He's going to be 38 in December. You kind of need to usher in a new era. And while LeBron and KD have that name recognition, this will give a bigger audience to people like Ja.
Yeah, like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards,
I mean,
Ja.
the future of the NBA, because at some point you do have to usher that in.
Who's the future of the Eastern Conference?
Paul Reed.
He said it. We're all thinking it.
No. Let's not. I'm not going on Fanatics.
I saw it last night.
I'm not going on Fanatics right now and buying the jersey. I'll tell you that.
Why not? 44 is a good number. Come on.
It's not a bad number.
Go ahead and lock that down.
I think you got.
Paul.
I think you got to be a bigger dude to wear 44. Pat, is that not true?
You don't think I'm rocking 4-4s?
I don't know. I see you more as a 6.
Yeah, I'm more of a
like Kingery.
I'm more of an 11.
I see a 4.
Yeah.
Hey, Friday and Saturday only. Get select tire brands at manufacturer's cost plus installation and get a free alignment check at AAA Car Care Centers. See store for details. I do want to play something, and Connor, you were kind enough to find this. I can't imagine what Shaq was thinking yesterday, but I think some of his comments on Ben Simmons, I would tell you I think Shaquille O'Neal deserves to be in concussion protocol. Let's listen.
No, I think he should apologize.
Apologize for what?
Because I think he should apologize to Doc Rivers. Because as a basketball organization, he got mad when they asked him to get better as a basketball player.
That's not why he got mad.
That's why he got mad.
That's not why he got
Shaq,
mad.
he's never said, hey, you know what? I did not handle the situation in Philadelphia well.
I understand what you're saying, but I think in Ben's point of view, he would have had more respect for Doc if Doc said, I need you to work on the game. They asked Doc, can you win with him? And Doc
he said,
no.
I didn't know.
He says, I can't answer that
He said, I can't answer that question.
And Ben Simmons got blindsided.
He said, I did not know.
No, you can't.
He didn't say he was a bum. No, he did not say he was a bum.
He should have called that man in the office.
He said, hey,
he should have called that man in the office.
Can we win with Joel Shaq, he was asked that at the press conference after the game. He says, I don't know.
Shaq, over and over again, Doc Rivers, and I was not here for the Brett Brown, but I've talked to enough people that covered it and read everything about it. Brett Brown tried the same thing. The calls into the office were done. The bringing in his family to try to intermediate was done. They did everything to try to get Ben Simmons, to try to do it. And here's something that drives me crazy with this. I know for a fact that Shaquille himself tried to help out Ben Simmons when he was at college and early in his NBA career, and Ben Simmons rejected it. He rejected Shaquille O'Neal trying to say to him, hey, can I give you a little advice? He flat out rejected him. I don't understand why in any way defend him.
No, it makes no sense. And Shaq in the past is when the saga was going on with Ben sitting out in Philly, Shaq was adamant against him because he's not showing up for his team. And now all of a sudden he goes to Brooklyn and enough time has passed that we just forget about that?
No.
Like, come on. What are we doing?
The fans handled it well last night, Pat, you think?
Yeah, they handled it pretty well.
I think they did.
I think Ben handled it well.
I think
he was signing
did.
autographs before the game. He was posing for pictures, and then, he did the ultimate mea culpa by winning everybody chicken nuggets today. So I think
very kind.
Yeah, I think all's forgiven in this situation.
So you think it's over now?
We're going to have Harden, and we have a belly full of chicken nuggets. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, if this game, if Harden, Maxey, and Embiid are back, and the Nets come in the second time, I think the fans give Simmons twice the business they gave him last night. I think part of it was, I believe most people thought that they weren't going to, it wasn't going to turn out their way last night. So it was like, okay.
Yeah, but when they came back last year, and Ben didn't play, but he was sitting on the bench, the Sixers got absolutely waxed. They lost that game by like 30, I think. And the fans were giving it to them when they were down 30.
Right.
The whole time till the end. So I
think it's over?
I get what you're saying, but I also think we're kind of in that, what's the point? We're going to boo him, but what's the point of going nuts over this guy? Time kind of dulls that pain. I think we're there.
It sort of seems that way.
Until the playoffs.
Look, and I kind of...
I don't think they're going to be there in the playoffs.
Right.
Kind of equated to like when you have a long-term relationship and then you guys break up, right? All of a sudden you get the invite to the wedding. She's getting married. You can go to that wedding if you've already found somebody. It's a lot easier.
But you can't go, right, exactly.
You can't go if you're sitting there going solo hoping to hook up with a bridesmaid. And that's a frivolous situation.
Why is that a frivolous situation?
Because you're never in the right headspace. You're watching the love of your life marry some dude that you met 12 minutes ago. Yeah. We met somebody, right? That somebody is James Harden. We can go to the wedding. We can wish them well. Yeah, because we have James Harden. We're in a good spot.
It's like the Andy Reid ring thing. Like
exactly.
Him coming back would not have been the same if they didn't win in 2017 and have that ring. And then Andy won his, and you can go ahead and look. Like, everyone's okay now because you're both in a better place.
Yeah, most Eagles fans were not going to be cheering for Andy Reid had the Eagles not won a Super Bowl first.
Yeah, well, how about this? I would have still cheered for him to win, but I wouldn't have been like the gushing, rooting for him to win.
Right. Yeah,
like
me too.
Sitting there going, "Come on, Andy."
Yeah, I would have hoped,
out.
But
you know what I mean? Yeah.
There are a lot of Eagles fans that would have been bitter of course, he leads, can't get over the hump here.
Right. But we had already won
because we met our equal, and that equal was that championship ring.
See, that's what's good about the fact is, like in my situation, my longest term relationship that I did not marry, she ended up in federal prison, for soliciting murder.
Sounds like you missed out on a winner there, John.
So that way, I didn't ever have to go.
Pardon the pun, John, but you dodged a bullet on that one.
I did. No, I dodged a stabbing, a bludgeoning, and all kinds of stuff.
It's a lot of things to dodge. But shifty.
But she's looking for pen pals. So you can write to her.
Sorry,
hey, don't miss head coach Aaron McKee and the Temple basketball team in action when they face off against Drexel Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock at the Leah Core Center. For tickets, visit alstix.com. Pat, you and I will not be able to be at that Temple game.
No.
My daughter is going back to campus. She glutton for punishment. Going back to campus early to make sure that she can get to that game. I'm proud of her, but she's getting a little disappointed with the student body support of the sports teams. She grew up in the South.
Yeah.
So she thought
stark difference.
She thought everybody goes. She thought everybody goes to, everybody's going to go to the sporting events. Everybody's going to be a part of it. No. And now it's just a little bit late.
She wants to be real humble. She should go down to Powerhouse Washington College and look at those crowds. The 17 guys out in left field of the baseball game. That's
I heard
not exactly.
My old partner Buck Ballou would say the best heckling ever in sports was college baseball.
Absolutely.
He said you could hear every single line, every single bit of heckling, everything he could hear.
Because you're stagnant more than any other sport. You just got to go out there and stand there. And if it's a long inning, it's 30 minutes. And then looking up who your girlfriend is.
And he was a center fielder, and he was the star quarterback of a national championship team, but playing center field in the SEC in baseball.
Yeah,
and just getting ridiculed.
They'll find, and that was back in the day, but now they'll find your Facebook, your Instagram, your girlfriend's information, your family's info.
Pat, your MySpace page.
Yeah, I still have that. Texas A&M does something that I wish to God we would do in Philly, which
What's
is
that?
If the pitcher walks a guy on 4 straight balls, they start chanting ball 4, and then if he throws another ball, it's ball 5, ball 5.
Oh,
and
that's
they keep
good.
doing it until you throw a strike, and then they cheer. Now, look, this is college.
Why don't you
this
bring
isn't the
that
pros.
to Citizens Bank?
I don't think me and my 2 buddies would really be able to get it going, but it's hilarious to watch, and it will rattle a pitcher every once in a while. So I love watching college baseball, seeing the crowd reaction.
Hey, could danger be lurking on Sunday? Pat and I will be there for the pregame show with Bob and with Jamie. I have at Victory Beer Hall Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock start time. Special 3 o'clock to 5:50 edition of Birds pregame from the Victory Beer Hall. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Could danger be lurking in the Packers? Something tells me maybe. But there's an interesting story about Rob Thompson we didn't know till yesterday. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Look, I hate Steven Singer. That's what everybody says. But I got to admit, I sort of love Steven Singer because he helps me give great gifts every single year. Like his diamond stud earrings, the #1 gift this holiday season, the real diamond studs that are just $300. Just under $300, in fact. A pair of Anita diamond stud earrings. You're going to love them from Steven Singer Jewelers. They are beautiful. They're near colorless, flawless to the eye, and they come with a full value lifetime trade-in. So if you want bigger studs later on, you trade them up, and you get your full value what you paid the first time. You're going to love it. They also have the best guarantee in the business with a full 100-day, 100% no-hassle money-back guarantee. So shop now for Christmas with no risk. By the way, all my Christmas gifts are now wrapped. It's awesome. Steven Singer does it for you, too. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. He's going to get you the perfect gift. He's going to deliver it to your door, and you're going to be breathing easy. Or you can go to Steven's showroom at the other corner of 8th and Walnut in Philly. Buy real diamonds from a real jeweler you can trust. It's Steven Singer Jewelers. That's IHateStevenSinger.com.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic and the American Association for Cancer Research present Giving Tuesday Live with the John Kincade Show.
Tuesday morning, November 29th in our new performance center inside the 97.5 The Fanatic studios.
Tickets to this special intimate experience are $50 and very limited.
All proceeds will benefit the AACR.
Your ticket will include breakfast from Pagano's Market, a live viewing of the John Kincade Show, meet and greet with John, Bob, Pat, and some surprise guests.
And everyone who attends will get prizes and gifts from Rally House and Steven Singer Jewelers. Plus, chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets.
Keep them for yourself or give them as gifts this holiday season to keep the giving going. Giving Tuesday Live with the John Kincade Show, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research, because cancer research saves lives.
Get tickets and complete details now at 975thefanatic.com.
Oh, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with my childhood friend, Bob Marino, now president, Huntington Valley Bank. Bob, tell me about Huntington Valley Bank.
We are a full-service, fast-growing community bank with a great lineup of competitive products and services.
Go on.
We've always done residential mortgages, but now we have built a best-in-class business banking group.
Meaning?
We are attracting business customers by offering the best business bankers and the best services to help businesses become number one in their fields.
Sounds like Huntington Valley Bank is the best bank for your business.
Right on. And great tagline, Ant. Here's another stat. We just celebrated our 150th anniversary.
Wow. So Huntington Valley Bank is a seasoned player with a history of working with a team of experienced bankers whose goals are to deliver top-notch customer service. You heard it right here, folks. That's Bob Marino, the GOAT, president, Huntington Valley Bank. the best bank for your business, celebrating 150 years as a top contender in local banking. Huntington Valley Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Get more kicks out of every World Soccer match with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. Now's the perfect time to give FanDuel a shot because new customers get $125 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app using promo code Fanatic. It is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Then bet on everything from the money line to goals scored to corners. FanDuel even lets you combine bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. You'll get paid your winnings instantly. So don't miss your chance to get $125 in free bets, win or lose, when you join FanDuel with promo code Fanatic. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
21 plus in present PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience the holidays at the Reading Terminal Market. Termini Brothers Bakery are a long-standing holiday tradition. Made the same way for over 90 years, no one makes Italian pastries and cannolis like Termini's. Add spice to your holiday meals and let the good times roll at Beck's Cafe. Chef Bill Beck brings the flavorful and spicy Cajun flavors of New Orleans to Philadelphia. Find his authentic menu items at Reading Terminal Market. And join 97.5 The Fanatic's Anthony Gargano as he broadcasts live from the market this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
You don't want to miss the Philadelphia Flyers hit the ice against the Tampa Bay Lightning on December 1st for Throwback Thursday.
Wrist shot, score! A power play goal, the equalizer. Hayes snaps it home.
Be here when the Flyers celebrate the teams from the 1980s.
Side of the net, score! Marty Craven in a minute and 18. Unbelievable!
All fans will receive a commemorative throwback poster. Get your tickets now, only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Visit Barlow Chevrolet this fall and receive discounts below MSRP on select vehicles in stock. Competitive financing rates are also available to well-qualified buyers through GM Financial. New vehicles like Equinox, Silverado, and Malibu are arriving daily, so now is the time to reserve yours. At Barlow, we will always order the vehicle you want with no additional dealer fees or markups. It's our goal to keep the buying process simple, convenient, and hassle-free. This fall, find new roads at Barlow Chevrolet in Delran or at barlowchevrolet.com.
Friday, the biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes.
What can this kid do?
Against the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England.
What a night!
Team USA face their toughest test of the tournament with everything on the line and a chance to shock the world.
It is magnificent!
USA, England. Coverage begins Friday at 1 Eastern on Fox.
If you're hearing this, you could save an average of $702 a year on your auto insurance with NJM. If you're smelling this, that's the sweet scent of savings that comes with great insurance. And if you can see this, then your radio isn't a radio, it's a television. Now, go upgrade your insurance at NJM.com. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Figure reflects average annual auto insurance premium savings on a national basis for applicants who reported their prior premiums and switched to NJM between 5/31/21 and 5/31/22.
The life of a Philly sports fan is a wild ride. Some years we fly high, some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game. Shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on SEPTA. On the way to the tailgate, coin toss, and kickoff, the Broad Street line takes us from home to home field, and this season home free thanks to Bet Parks. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home. Sponsored by Bet Parks at iSEPTAPhilly.com.
Come, revel, and make memories with Men in Blazers as they embark on their nationwide celebration of soccer on Friday, November 25th at the Theater of Living Arts. Their goal is to raise a glass and relive the day's action in the company of a slew of special guests. No matter what happens on the field, we can win the match together. Don't miss Men in Blazers on Friday, November 25th at the Theater of Living Arts. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
We are reinventing what sports talk radio can be. Whether we improve it remains to be seen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You know, Black Friday super sales going on at Colonial Marble and Granite. Anthony Gargano's been telling you about it. Biggest savings of the year, 30% off all marble, granite, and quartz countertops, 35% off cabinetry, and 60% off select exotic stone for a limited time. Take care of business at Colonial Marble and Granite. They'll take great care of you, and they'll make your kitchen look amazing. Connor, you'll realize this one day when you're married. Pat, I don't know if you've gotten this yet, that it's very, very important that in the house that the kitchen gets like tricked out.
Yeah, just a nice microwave. That's all I really need.
Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah. But
what else is there?
Kitchens don't tend to get used as much as you ever spend on them, like to get all the fancy stuff and everything like that.
So it's what, like a status symbol?
Well, I saw here that it's funny. It's something I grabbed yesterday for 5 questions with Kincade, but since it's only the 3 of us, I didn't do it today.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. We could answer.
Well, there's only
questions.
3 of us here today, so it's like
no,
sort of.
there's actually there's
Chevy?
5. John, there's Chevy,
Haley?
there's Haley.
Well, I'd have to bring Chevy and Haley in from the other room, and they're trying to do their jobs.
Oh, that would be such a trek for
It
them.
is.
They'd have to catch a bus.
It is the Americans' spending on dining out has gone up every single year for how many years? The American household, average American family, money spent on dining out. Now, you must take out 2021 and 2020 because of COVID when restaurants were closed.
When was the internet invented? 99?
Al Gore says he invented the internet.
Okay.
I don't remember when he said he invented it.
I'm going to go
in the
99.
80s, I think.
What did he say? It was in the 80s he invented it? He's a
late
brilliant
80s.
man.
Yeah,
Amazing.
they were talking about like ampersands back in the early 90s.
How many years do you think in a row?
So
Dining out.
I'm saying 99. So what would that be? Like 23 years?
Okay, he goes 23, Pat.
I'll go 18.
Bon Appetit magazine. The amount of money that American families spend dining out in 2022, taking out 20 and 21 during COVID, will go up for the 43rd consecutive year.
Sheesh. That's a lot of
Remember,
takeout.
fast food
Yeah.
counts as that.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not eating at home.
Before. Now you can't
Well, no,
bring
it's
in all the
dining
qualifiers
out. It's
after
dining
the
out.
question.
You're dining out. You're not dining in. Dining in means you're dining in. By the way, the food delivery business is up 37% in the last 8 years. So, it's almost that's incredible.
It's never been easier, though.
Yeah, the apps are incredible.
It's never been easier.
You are a believer in this. You like this. I do not.
I don't like cooking.
I don't like delivered food.
Neither do I. So
pizza I can take.
No, I will go and I'll pick it up.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
You're a takeout guy.
Yeah,
He'll go get it.
No shot.
I'll much rather go take it out. Yeah.
You don't want somebody picking at your food in the car going into your fries.
You don't think they actually do that? Come on.
Yes, I do.
I think some do. Absolutely.
I absolutely do.
I'm not saying it's an epidemic, but yeah, it does happen for sure.
We've already had a pandemic.
Yes.
That could be an epidemic.
Could be.
The
now,
fry
a lot of the places will
seal them up.
Yeah, they'll make it so. I mean, the person would have to break the seal.
But that makes it soggy.
But still, it's like honestly, I've gotten to the delivery part before, and then you see the fees, and it's like I'll just get in my car and drive the 5 blocks.
Convenience is king, though.
They know
the less I have to do for my food, the better.
Yeah, but the waiting for the food though, that could be 50 minutes, whereas I go to pick it up and it's 15, 20.
There you go.
Yeah. That's not convenient.
No, it's not convenient.
Well, it is because I have to do less.
Yeah, he's like
more time consuming.
He doesn't get it, John.
He doesn't. He's a kid.
Oh, I get it.
He's a kid there.
I live life the right way. Sit on my couch, get me a burger.
The Packers are horrible, and it happened overnight. If you want to have a little bit of fun, go read some of the Post-Gazette or whatever it is that the Packers coverage comes out of. They won 13 games each of the last 3 seasons. They made it to the NFC Championship game in 2019 and 2020. They lost in the divisional round last year. And now it appears like the wheels have fallen off this club. It's a team, though, that has proven they know how to win at home and on the road. It can't just be the loss of Devontae Adams. I mean, something's going on there, and it appears, as one of the beat writers talks about this week, that there is a chemistry issue with the Packers. I still think danger could lurk in this game. I still do believe that facing Aaron Rodgers still will give me the heebie-jeebies until I see differently.
Well, I think we've learned so far this NFL season that danger could lurk in any game, right? Look at the only team they've lost to. It's certainly not the best team they've played this year in the Washington Commanders. And any team could beat any team. That Colts team that you just took care of, I know it was an ugly game, but they beat the Chiefs earlier in the year. Like, anyone is susceptible to anything. So I don't think any point the rest of the way we're going to look at a game and say, okay, lock win for the Eagles. This is going to be an easy one. They're going to roll, because at this point in the year, there's too much variability going on.
How do you go to, Pat, though, 13 wins, and then just literally look like trash? It can't just be one guy, because the Eagles have survived loss of wide receivers, loss of running backs, why can't they do it?
I have no idea. Yeah, that situation is very, very weird, because you're right. It's just you lose one guy and that's it. But I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm dialed into every Green Bay Packers game. But it's something weird. And I do wonder how much of it just is Aaron Rodgers kind of pulling a Kevin Durant a little bit and just being like, yeah, I'm checked out.
That's a great correlation.
That's just, this situation's, I'm not fixing it. I don't really care.
Why demand to be the highest paid player in the game and all that nonsense if you knew it was going to cause the team
maybe that's the thing. Maybe you underestimated your own ability at the age of, what is he, 30?
38?
38?
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe you just underestimated it, because you've always made it work. Always. No matter who they get rid of, you've always found a way. This year, he just hasn't found a way. I have no idea what's going on there, and it's a situation too where they can't even bench him.
No, they can't.
I maybe they can, because I thought that when the Eagles bench Carson Wentz, it would cripple his trade value, and then they ended up getting a first-round pick and a second-round pick for him. So maybe they can, and you could just chalk it up to the Jordan Love thing. But I would think that if you bench a 38-year-old quarterback, it's going to hurt his trade value.
I think wherever he goes, like I could see Vegas wanting to make a deal for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I could see like certain markets I could see saying go do it, and I think it'll be a disaster.
Yeah, they have an out in Derek Carr's contract.
Oh, they do?
And it's quite obvious that McDaniels doesn't really like him.
Yeah, he doesn't like him. Hey, turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, and mayo. It's a meal best served cold. The Primo Pilgrim is back. Go to PrimoHoagies.com for your nearest location. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. So yesterday I'm getting a little lecture from a friend of mine who's a foodie who says, oh, cold stuffing's the best.
Yeah, it's pretty
And first of all, I said, well, don't tell me cold stuffing is the best. If cold stuffing was the best, stuffing would be served cold.
Okay.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's the best. You got to try it.
You're being too literal. He's not saying it's literally the best way. It's
I'm
just like,
like,
oh, it's
come
the
on.
best. It's great.
The thing is, though, to me, the idea is this. Bread on bread. Because you're having bread on bread. It's
fine.
a bread sandwich.
Okay.
You're putting bread inside your
But
bread.
it's different type of bread. It's like seasoned in there, and there's different things mixed in. Don't you come on your disparaging stuffing.
No, I mean, look, is that I would have to have my Primo Pilgrim, and I would literally have to have like a side of be able to heat up the stuffing. So the other day I'm at Primo, and I chickened out, and I went with my sharp Italian, which I always get, because I wanted to try it.
Just
And
try
then
it.
I'm like,
It's not going to hurt you, Johnny. I've eaten so much worse stuff.
Oh, I know you have. It's not microwavable. If Primo ever comes out with microwavable stuff, you're in.
Big time. I'm in anyway because they're great.
I know that. You're totally in.
I'm not
Pat,
a stuffing guy, so
Pat doesn't like stuff.
I don't get
conversation's
this.
lost on me.
How could you not be a stuffing guy?
love
Everyone's a
stuffing.
stuffing guy.
When I put it in my mouth, it's not pleasurable to me.
Clip that.
That's what it is. Yeah, you can. Yeah, save that one, Pat, if you would.
Line.
Save that if you would.
That's why I don't like stuffing.
The stuffing is, and remember too, if the stuffing was not cooked inside the bird, it's not stuffing, it's dressing.
Oh,
now
that's Thanksgiving semantics.
No, it's not semantics. They're two different things.
Just call it the same thing. We know. Who cares where it is?
But they're two different things.
Just tell me whether it was cooked in the bird or not. It's all stuffing.
Stuffing stuffed inside the bird.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
Dressing is made in the
Dressing is
casserole.
what you put on your salad.
Is in the casserole.
Normally I go like, oh, never change, Kincade. In this situation, please change.
You don't like this one?
No.
No, you don't like it. I'm just saying it's not the same. So make sure you get that. I would prefer the more crunchy top that I can get. So the more of that crunchy coating, I'll take the dressing and have it that way.
My favorite thing is when you go to a big Thanksgiving dinner and there's multiple types of stuffing. Like someone brought one kind.
Like cornbread and stuff?
Yeah, that's my favorite kind.
Oh,
I'm a stuffing sampler.
Pat, cornbread could maybe lure you in.
I like cornbread.
Cornbread stuffing.
Who doesn't?
I like cornbread.
In the South could potentially lure
Big
you
fan
in.
of that. That was a go-to if you go to the Boston market. You get the cornbread.
Yeah.
It's a good spot there.
Hey, Rob Thompson, so we find out in The Athletic, had already decided to retire from baseball before last season. What an amazing stroke of luck, the way things broke for him. But what it tells me is Rob Thompson was sort of checked out and tired of the grind. Do you think the unexpected new challenge that he's encountered now reinvigorates him and now he wants to do this long term? Or is this sort of like the Nick Foles story? The storybook story of you get talked out of retiring and, something happens to get you when you think you're going to retire. You get that amazing moment. I just wonder, what's Rob Thompson thinking? He had already planned the offseason like Tom Brady. He was retiring. It was done. He was moving on.
Yeah, he was ready to hang it up.
And now what? But when you check out mentally and say, I'm done with this, how do you recharge again for another?
He doesn't seem like a checkout mentally guy. He seems like he would have gotten there at the end of the season, but he wasn't he's like, I'm going to be at this point, and then everything changes. The only thing this makes me worry about is if the team gets in a situation somehow over the next couple years, over his contract, where they're not competitive. But if they continue to win, I don't have any worry about that. No. If they're a winning team, his dream was to be a major league manager, and I guess the reason he wanted to get out was he didn't think that was coming soon enough for him to take advantage of it in the way he wanted to. And then
I think he thought it passed him by.
Right. And then all of a sudden you walk into a situation where you take a team to a World Series. Not that fell in his lap because he created that, but I don't think he knew this was a possibility. And now that it is, unless they really fall off, I have no worry about him walking away.
It's an amazing story, Pat.
It is. I think he's reinvigorated. I think he got his dream job. I think that's one of the reasons why he was probably going to leave was because we had heard about it before. He just accepted the fact it was never going to happen, and he was content with that. So he was ready to retire, knowing that he was never going to be a manager. But you finally get that opportunity you've been waiting for your entire life, and then you get 2 wins away from winning the World Series. I don't know how you're not reinvigorated by that. Grind or not, I don't know how you're not a little motivated.
I just wonder though when you set yourself up going, well, this time next year, because he was doing it. This time next year, I won't be getting up at 2:30 in the morning. During spring training, he gets up at 2:30 in the morning to get everything going down in Clearwater. He's like, I won't be doing this next year. I'll be able to lay in bed. I'll be able to go play golf. I'll be able to go on vacation.
Yeah.
And then now he's got to recharge those batteries for a new challenge. I just wonder. It's a great story.
Right. And from the outside, it might not look like too different of a lifestyle. Like he's still waking up early. He's doing the same kind of thing. It's still a long season. But it's a totally different dynamic when you're the guy running the show, even if he's doing some of the same stuff. Now it's so much more of an opportunity. Did anyone know who this guy really was before he took over? And now all of a sudden he's got T-shirts with his face on it.
When he was named, when he got the first day that he was brought up as being a potential that if they move on from Joe Girardi, he could be the guy. I had to Google his background.
Yeah, my first thought was
I knew his name because of, and I'd known that a Yankee background existed. I knew nothing of his back. I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in the Hall of Fame. I had to Google the man to read about him.
Yeah, my first thought was, why isn't it Dusty Wathan?
That was my first thought.
And obviously, they made the right decision.
I guess we found out why, Connor.
Found out why.
That's
they
right.
Made a good check.
But when you go from that type of, I don't want to say irrelevance, because he had a strong major league career as a bench coach before that, but when you go from that position to manager of a team that makes it to the World Series, it's a totally different dynamic going to work every day.
Hey, Connor, you wanted to bring up something about quarterbacks in the NFC, and we've done a lot of talking about, how amazing the year has been for Jalen Hurts, and how he's now one of the front runners for the MVP.
Yeah, so I'm very interested in this because Jalen Hurts has had an amazing year. Pat still won't pick up the white flag on him, but eventually maybe we'll get him to.
No, now you're wording it a little differently. You're wording it as if I'm still sitting
Pat's
there going,
falling
I have
on the
doubts.
sword
I have
on this.
doubts. Yeah.
Are you reaching for it at least?
I'm not reaching for it because I'm dead. I fell on the sword.
Okay,
I just
fair
summarized death. I've admitted many times I'm wrong on this.
Thoughts and
I'm
prayers.
thrilled about it.
But we've seen what Jalen...
And you and Jamie both said that, by the way, from the beginning when you did it. You both said, I hope to hell I'm wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
we've all been on the same page.
I'm wrong all the time about football, Johnny. So hopefully...
Join the club.
Maybe me throwing the flag was what really set him
inspired him
on this path.
Yeah, the two
They owe
of you.
you a fruit basket. But anyway, when we look at the playoffs in the NFL, one position stands above all. Easily, it's quarterback. You can look at a quarterback matchup and have a general idea of what team's going to come out of that one, especially in the playoffs. We saw with Hurts last year in that matchup with Tampa Bay. So my question is, now that we're kind of turning our attention towards the playoffs and what this team's ceiling could be, how many quarterbacks in the NFC right now would you swap one for Jalen Hurts right now?
All right, I'll give you a few. I'll give you a few that I absolutely wouldn't. Are you saying that if this quarterback was on the Eagles,
literally just takes over the Eagles
better.
Right now,
they would be better. I know it's not. I know it's not the Giants. I know it's not Daniel Jones. I don't think they would be better with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Ooh, that's big for you to say.
Better.
That's big.
I think they
they're
be
as good.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, how about
No
Dak
questions
Prescott?
asked. Dak Prescott's a much better passer.
Okay,
like it's not even close.
So we've got one. How about the guy?
But I don't even. But the thing is, though, I don't know that he's. It's weird because I don't want to sit on the fence on this, Pat. But Dak is a much better passer, has a much better arm than Jalen Hurts.
He does.
But I don't know that that they'd be better with him.
Okay.
I mean, the Eagles are 9-1, and that's where I'm sort of at. I'm like, would Dak
How much
have
better
would
could
Dak
they
have
be?
them at 10-0?
Right.
Yeah, Dak's had weapons before.
Oh, Dak's had plenty of weapons.
Talked about weapons that Dak's had before.
He has.
But we're looking going forward as well because we know that Hurts got him to 9 wins last year, and then in the playoffs looked like he wasn't quite ready for that level
God,
of football.
I'm not.
Rodgers?
No.
That was an easy
Yeah, Pat, I think they'd be better with Aaron Rodgers.
I don't.
Why?
I think he might be cooked.
He might be, but I think if Aaron Rodgers came into that locker room with those weapons and that offensive line, he would skewer people. Well, first off, there isn't a week that Aaron Rodgers wouldn't pass for 300 yards.
Okay,
Not,
so
there
I
wouldn't
agree
be
with
one
that,
week.
but I do wonder you mentioned going into the locker room.
Well, that's the truth.
I think a big part of the success of the Eagles has been Jalen Hurts' ability to control that locker room.
I believe
he's got guys up that fight for him, and I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has that.
I believe Kirk Cousins would have much better statistics than Jalen Hurts if he was the Eagles quarterback.
We're saying
but do
this
I think
a lot.
he'd be better? But do I think he'd be better? That they would be better? I can't.
They don't win the turnover battle 9 out of 10 games if Kirk Cousins is the quarterback.
No questions asked.
Brady, are we going kind of the same thing as Rodgers?
No, Brady would be better than
Brady would be better.
Yes.
So we've got
really.
I don't think
that's
so.
the fighting it. So we've
Wow,
got
I
maybe
can't-
one or two definitive guys.
If Tom Brady, there
Brady has weapons.
Yeah, but if Tom Brady had the weapons, he'd in the weapons he'd have here. If Tom Brady had this, first of all, if Tom Brady had this offensive line, he'd be reading, Men's Fitness.
Forgot about that. Caller has a point.
If he was on this team, Tom Brady would. I think they'd be undefeated.
But let's just say we're going with your list. You had two guys that you definitively said in Rodgers and Brady.
That's it.
If those are the only
first
two
ballot Hall of Famers.
And that's it.
those are two guys on teams that may not even make it in.
I think the Bucs are going to get in, but
it's possible,
in that division,
and then they might not make it out of that wild card. Like you might not have to worry about either of those guys. That makes me feel significantly better about the matchups in the playoffs coming. If we look at it and say Jalen Hurts is even or close to pretty much everyone in the NFC when it comes to quarterback play, even on the playoff level, I feel a lot more comfortable looking at that.
I think he's even with Dak and with I think slightly better, and Pat on the turnover thing, slightly better than Cousins because of Jalen makes more intelligent decisions with the football.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It's his biggest strength is his ability to protect the football.
That may be number one on the resume.
Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers one is interesting, like how he would handle.
Oh,
because I think a lot of people would side with you on that. He'd tear it up in this offense, and I think he would have a lot of success. But I do wonder his personality in that locker. We already saw what happened with Carson Wentz and that personality.
Yeah,
how would
But
Aaron Rodgers' personality?
Rodgers has the track record. Like
is he
Carson had the 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, is he a
He was
transcendent player?
transcendent. The question is, he's still transcendent.
That's a really good thing, though, Connor. Good observation there, because it's incredible.
Thanks, guys.
It's incredible because it certainly raises everybody knows the Eagles are going to do their best to re-up with him. They're going to do their best to get Jalen locked down.
But it also settles me, like, if you're thinking the boogeyman of he can't read a defense in the playoffs is lurking for some reason, like that kind of...
Who are you going up against?
Exactly.
Right?
That makes me feel more comfortable.
We're going to play a game of overrated, underrated, a Thanksgiving edition with Pat Egan coming up to start out the next hour. It's a very relaxed Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody's going to have a great time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you all year long. You're part of the family. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Many of you are in the same position that we were in last year. Your high school seniors starting to look at colleges, and they're narrowing down their choices. Some of them are getting the acceptance letters this week. There are financial ramifications, though, depending on what school they choose. And College Ave Student Loans wants to help your student understand what it's going to cost. They've got a student loan calculator that estimates what your student's monthly payment will look like when he or she graduates. CollegeAve.com will make the process easier for them to understand. You borrow $40,000 for college, these are your payments. You borrow $80,000, these are going to be your payments. Because they got to understand that loan's going to come due. So you can help them make an intelligent decision so they're not crying about it later. You're working with it as a family, and your college-bound senior can even win a $5,000 scholarship. Make them part of the process. Go to collegeave.com. They will make you feel confident about what school they choose and how it's going to be paid for. Go to collegeave.com.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yep, that's me, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. People ask, what does this mean, I hate Steven Singer? Well, most other jewelers love to sell diamond studs that are cheap. They have a name for it, frozen spit. I'm serious. That's what other jewelers call their own products, frozen spit. Can you imagine buying a cloudy diamond that's milky color? Oh my, buy real diamonds from a real jeweler. Steven Singer Jewelers, who backs up every diamond with a real lifetime full trade-in value. The best money-back guarantee in the business. Here's why. Other jewelers hate our beautiful Anita diamond studs because ours are 100% eye flawless and near colorless. Beautiful stuff. They come complete with our 14-karat safety silicone backs, so she never has to worry about losing them or outgrowing them, because our diamonds are such nice quality that we offer everyone a lifetime upgrade. You can trade in your Anita diamond studs and get exactly what you paid for them. I wish I could trade in my old iPhone and get what I paid. Visit me, the real Steven Singer, at the other corner of 8th and Walnut, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. One place, one price.
Dell Technologies' Black Friday event has arrived with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 50% off select performance business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Favorite family tradition? Shopping Kohl's Black Friday with my mom. We earned extra Kohl's cash, got a Google Nest Hub for $49.99, a Fitbit for just $99.99. Plus, I found a pizza grill for $179.99, and she got a fire pit for the same price. Not to mention the 15% off other great deals. Yeah, we're going back to Kohl's for round 2. Select styles. Offers valid through November 25th. Cuisinart, Google, and Fitbit coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This Black Friday, we're checking everyone off your list with unbeatable deals at Ulta Beauty all week long. Starting November 20th, shop hundreds of exciting deals in store and online. And beginning Tuesday, get $12 mascaras from brands like Benefit and $10 lippies from brands like Fenty, and so much more. Because our kind of holiday is you having your kind of holiday. So what are you waiting for? Hurry to an Ulta Beauty near you or buy online and pick up in store. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Experience the holidays at the Reading Terminal Market. Molly Malloy's serving up comfort cuisine in a welcoming setting. You'll find hearty meals, all-day breakfast, scratch-made sides, sweet and savory Pop-Tarts, and a rotating tap list. Chef Beth Esposito will soon open the highly anticipated Butcher's Pantry, selling ready-to-cook meats and house-made spice blends. Try her turducken meatballs. They're awesome. Join 97.5 The Fanatic's Anthony Gargano as he broadcasts live from the market this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Falling leaves mean falling temperatures are on the way, and falling temperatures mean rising utility bills are on the way too. Fortunately, you can get special financing offers and rebates right now on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from American Standard with a whole-house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe. To find an independent Delaware Valley American Standard heating and air conditioning customer care dealer near you, visit AmericanStandardAir.com. Built to a higher standard. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
At the Home Depot, we have plenty of Christmas trees to make your holidays even more magical. Hundreds of full, easy-to-assemble artificial trees that look so real, you may be convinced they actually are. And for those who love that fresh pine smell, we have a parking lot full of fresh-cut trees to call your own. We'll even help you load your tree in the car so you can bring home the holidays. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $38.99. Get everything you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Favorite family tradition? Shopping Kohl's Black Friday with my mom. We earned extra Kohl's cash. Got a Google Nest Hub for $49.99, a Fitbit for just $99.99. Plus, I found a pizza grill for $179.99, and she got a fire pit for the same price. Not to mention the 15% off other great deals. Yeah, we're going back to Kohl's for round 2. Select styles. Offers valid through November 25th. Cuisinart, Google, and Fitbit coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Every drive starts somewhere. For First Trust Bank, our drive started in Philadelphia and continues to this day. As Philly's hometown bank for more than 85 years, we know this city's people. We understand their passions, and we work our tails off to help them reach their goals every day. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank. First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. Plan your game days at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, the ultimate game day watch party headquarters, presented by Bud Light. Catch all the action at Sports and Social or Center Bar with giveaways, contests, and special alumni appearances. Sip on specialty cocktails at the Prime Rib. Try Philly favorites with a twist at Luck Fu, like cheesesteak egg rolls or the Philly Philly roll. Plus, enjoy $5 Bud Lights every game. Game days at Live, presented by Bud Light. To learn more, visit LiveCasinoPhilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's because you know how much I love locally owned and operated businesses here in Philadelphia. So when I found out that Peruzzi Automotive Group and Peruzzi Nissan wanted to be part of the Anthony Gargano Show, I was thrilled. Fred Peruzzi, his family, they've been owners for over 40 years. These guys have been a pillar of the community. They themselves supporting local business. That's how they live their mission. Our business is you. The new certified pre-owned vehicle on your list is at Peruzzi Nissan right now. Visit them on Lincoln Highway in Fairless Hills or at any time at PeruzziNissan.com. And remember, at Peruzzi, our business is you.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Are you a foxhole guy for the John Kincade Show? Then prove it. Tap the 97.5 The Fanatic app all morning long, before and after your commute.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new Bet Parks app. It's the sportsbook and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And they made $3.72 last night. Now, gentleman says here, you betrayed your favorite team. Bull crap. Stop it.
Betrayed is a tough
It's a
word.
huge word.
Personally, I don't like betting against my favorite team because
But you've never done it?
I'm in a no. I've done it before because you have to learn, but you're in a no-win situation because you're pissed off that you just lost money, and then you're wondering why you're pissed off because your favorite team just won.
See, I thought last night I wasn't pissed because it's $3.32, but I didn't think the game mattered because I didn't expect them to win. And then they went out and they shocked the world. They did a great job.
Yeah, you shouldn't bet against your team, but betrayed is Benedict Arnold. You're not betrayed.
Well, no, he wasn't paid, so I'm actually kind of on his side.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, I didn't get paid.
Yeah, he wasn't getting paid, so you got to switch sides.
Well, he tried to get paid.
He was chasing that
He
money.
just picked the wrong side.
So he worked in radio, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, yeah. He worked as an intern. He worked as an intern for the Revolution.
I don't know why we're laughing. Overrated, underrated coming up with Pat Egan, a Thanksgiving edition coming your way first. But the back and forth that Pat and I had yesterday had me thinking when a friend of mine asked me how generational fans look at things differently. We've debated before on the show whether the 76ers are successful. To me, as I've said many times, without playoff success, I don't think a team has success. We've disagreed on that. And it may explain why I view just being happy about 9-1 differently than Pat and other fans. But one of my buddies was saying to me, he goes, it's generational. Egan just looks at it differently than you do. I wonder, to me, the only time success is determined is when you're competing for the championship. It's not now in November. Like, like, to me, I don't look at it as any kind of, I don't want to hear about regular season wins ever again with the Sixers. Ever. Like, it doesn't interest me. Wow. I want to see them in position, but I don't care if they win 50 or 55. What, do you hang a freaking banner?
Yeah, but I think that's slightly short-sighted because of the window the Sixers are in right now. If in a decade they're rebuilding, and then it goes back to that. It's a cycle. And in the Eagles, in the cyclical setup of how the Eagles organization is right now, they're in a place where 9-1 is an awesome accomplishment for them. Like, think of what they were last year and the year before and how quickly they got to this point. Right. I think that all factors in.
Were they 4-5 last year at this time? I think they were 4-5.
I'd have to look, but yeah. That sounds about right.
It wasn't 9-1.
No, it definitely wasn't. It wasn't 9-1 because they never got. I think they got to 4-6 or they got to 5-5, but they weren't that. It certainly wasn't. But I don't judge regular seasons as success. You win the division, the regular season was a success. At no part during the regular season am I going, yeah, 50 wins, baby.
Right, but there's not. So you see success, I think, very black and white.
Playoffs
and
is where it's determined.
For a lot of people, I think success is a sliding scale. Like, you can have a successful season that doesn't end with a trophy. You can have a successful season that doesn't end up in the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying that for this Eagles team, but I'm saying in general, for some people, success is much more of a sliding scale where it's like, okay, that was somewhat successful. I'm willing to accept that. Whereas you have higher and more concrete expectations for what success is.
Like, what would have been a successful successful for the Phillies this year? Now, we don't pretend you don't know how it turned out.
Yeah, I think successful was making the playoffs and winning a playoff game.
I think, you mean, are you talking about that Cardinals series?
Yeah, winning a game in that series.
Winning a game?
I would have looked at it like, all right, we're good. We know how to win in the playoffs, at least win a game. We didn't get swept. And we got over the hump and we got into the playoffs. Now, getting swept can actually be a good thing. You know, we talked to Jimmy Rollins before the playoffs started, and he talked about in 07. It kind of taught us how quickly we can be out of there. And it helped us in 08. But I like getting the younger players a little bit of a taste of playoff success. Getting what they got, I'm thrilled with, obviously. You know, that was incredible. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was getting into the playoffs and getting a taste of victory.
Like this, because my buddy was saying to me yesterday, he goes, regular seasons have to matter. He goes, I know you. You watch the Sixers. So why do you watch the Sixers? I said, well, it's part of my job, but I don't sweat. I know they're going to. I know the Sixers are going to win. They're going to win 30. They're going to lose 30.
Right. Yeah. And
so I mean, like, I'm not going to sit and lament the up and down. I'm not going to ride the roller coaster of the regular season with the Sixers.
Right, and this is not a right or wrong thing. This is a philosophy.
It's a philosophy.
And you talk about, you've talked about it many times, about you've got to work on finding the little victories in life and celebrating some of the smaller stuff.
Yeah.
That's what the regular season is. It's smaller celebrations. It doesn't have to be, hey, it's a successful season because they did this in the regular season, but it's also not throw everything out they did because those games don't technically matter when the playoffs come around.
The way I look at that, though, philosophy-wise, Pat, what he just said is that I can find the small victories in the regular season and celebrate them and everything when a team hasn't continually choked and gagged in the playoffs.
When
it's an up-and-coming team.
I got you.
I can feel like it's different.
I know. I feel your frustration with the Sixers because it's like at this point, getting there is not enough. Getting past the first round is not enough. And I think for the most part, I think a lot of Sixers fans are with you on that. You know, it's no longer the day of when they first got in the playoffs and it was a celebration because, look, the process, it's working. Because it was still a thing that was happening in the moment. Now it's like, all right, this is just annoying. The fact that you guys can't get over the hump. So I think we're all in lockstep with that. Not getting past the second round is whatever excuse you want to use, no matter how valid it is, it's annoying because we just haven't seen it. At this point, we expected the very least to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, if not in NBA Finals, and we haven't gotten it.
And there have been reasons.
Yes.
Not excuses, but there have been reasons. I mean, there's injuries, there's things like that. But if this was the first year feel-good, Sixers are climbing and get to 50 wins and everything, I'm like, Connor, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
At this point, wake me in April.
Right, and I
hope they're in a good position where they at least get a home court for at least one series.
Right, I totally get that. And the ultimate success of the season is going to be determined by that. And that's a Sixers thing really only, I think, in this town, maybe until the Phillies next season because we saw the run they went on. But don't let it take away from some special things they could do in the regular season.
Hey, let's remind you that if you have a high school senior, they can visit collegeav.com and enter to win a $5,000 scholarship, and there's no purchase necessary. They got to figure out how they're going to pay for college. You can help them with the process. Go to collegeav.com. Let's play a little overrated, underrated with Pat Egan.
Hello, gentlemen.
I love the Price is Right music.
Yeah, so this could be overrated, underrated. How about we do a Thanksgiving edition?
Wow. Sounds
I know.
awesome.
It's because it's topical.
It is. It's tomorrow, right?
That is right. Well, what we could do? We could take calls for an hour on what you're most thankful of in Philly sports.
We could.
We're not doing that.
610-630.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that.
This is awkward. I think that was one of my topics.
There we go. There we go.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So basically today, I should say not the Wednesday, but the Wednesday night.
Oh, yes.
Before Thanksgiving. Overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
Underrated big time. Favorite day of the year.
I think it's a fantastic day because you never know who you're going to bump into.
I know.
Favorite day of the year.
It's my favorite night of the year.
As far as, Pat, if you're going to a local watering hole, I think it may be the best night of the year.
Well, I'll tell you, when you're 23, 24, it's great.
Oh, yes.
Because you're right, you go to the local place in kind of the neighborhood where everybody is from your high school, and you end up running into people that you haven't seen in a couple of years. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a free pass night because you're not going to see those people until next Thanksgiving Eve. A lot of them, you haven't seen them for a couple years.
What are you doing that you need a free pass?
No, nothing. I'm just saying. If you hit on a girl, it goes bad. You're never going to see her again, or you're not going to see her for a year. You hang out with buddies you haven't seen in a little bit, so it's like that fresh new feeling every time. It's a great night.
I like it. I think it's a great night.
Okay, but best of luck to you, Connor.
Now, I
appreciate it.
It might be I even suggested that maybe we go and have a cocktail out, but just to be out and see it. I love the festive nature of it.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It is underrated. Turkey, just turkey.
Turkey's
over or under.
I'm going to say underrated because I hear blasphemy of it.
No chance. Hugely overrated. Turkey is trash.
So. It's amazing because, John,
Terrible.
you go underrated because I've never liked turkey personally.
Right.
And I was always made out to be like a leper when I would say that. And now all of a sudden there's this contingent of people
anti-turkey people.
Yeah, it's
got you, Pat.
It happened with a local convenience store all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden everybody started hopping on this place isn't that good. a little too much. So even though I don't like it, I'm gonna go underrated.
There you go.
Because there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff you could do with it.
Stop.
There is.
A lot of
We're not
stuff
talking
you could do
cold
with
cuts here. The actual turkey for Thanksgiving is always too dry.
What I said.
No, it's not. You have a bad cook then. I'm not going to say anything.
Don't
Look,
you
if you're
disrespect
saying you have a dry
Mama
turkey.
T like that.
Connor, I don't like it, but I think because of how many people have come out of the woodwork anti-turkey.
Yeah, I think it's
if ham and turkey go 9 rounds, ham knock out in the third.
I do
knock
not
out in the third.
Now you can keep your ham.
I like the ham.
Honey glazed ham is the greatest.
That's living.
Give me that. Take your turkey.
Stuffing.
Stuff it.
Stuffing, I love stuffing.
Is it underrated or overrated? Though?
Stuffing is underrated because there's so many different ways you can prepare it, and it's awesome.
Underrated.
Over.
Greatest Thanksgiving.
Oh, you say over?
Trash.
I love it.
Come on.
It's the greatest.
Gross.
That's the MVP of Thanksgiving.
It's horrible.
Stuffing on a sandwich, maybe not, but I don't know.
Horrible. Pies. The pie that's brought. I didn't want to make it a specific pie, but
Pie's
pies on
underrated.
Thanksgiving.
Pie is underrated because, again, so many different ways you can prepare it, so many different ways that it can be presented to you.
This is a me thing. It's overrated. I don't do stuff with the filling. I don't like jelly-filled donuts. I don't like pies with the filling and stuff in there. I'm not a pies guy.
I'll tell you, I picked up a pie yesterday.
Where from?
From Pagano's.
Oh.
I told you guys before.
You
I
said
got
it's
I got a
great,
pie
right?
there in the Center City location a couple years ago. It was the best pie I've ever had.
What was it?
I got apple there a couple years ago. And
Now, is it the flat top apple or is it the crumbly Dutch apple?
A little bit of flat, but I got it, and it's one of those where you have it once and it just sits in your head rent free, and that's what happened with this pie.
Crisscross?
And,
is it a crisscross pattern where you see some of the filling?
No, it's not crisscross. But I went down there yesterday and I said, "Hey, are you guys open tomorrow?" And they said no, and I said, "Well, let me get a pie now."
Okay.
So I lucked out.
There you go.
But yeah,
not a pies man.
Okay, now hear me out with this one.
All right.
And it's just us girls talking, so no one's listening. No one's going to judge you. Football on Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's absolutely overrated. Absolutely
Why?
overrated.
Why?
Because the matchups tend to suck so often.
Don't care. It's part of the Holy Trinity. It's underrated. So, Thanksgiving is
what is the Holy Trinity?
Thanksgiving is
Football
the greatest.
and what?
It's the greatest hangover day in the history of the world. You get to sleep in. You get incredibly greasy food heaped on your plate forever, and you have football to watch. It's the greatest hangover day in human history.
So what's the Holy Trinity? What
football,
is it?
Greasy food, sleeping in.
Okay.
John, I thought, and by the way, this will be ammunition for the people that don't like me and you. I thought I was going to be the only one to say it's overrated,
It's
but
overrated.
it's the exact reason why you said. Do I need to see the damn
Detroit
Lions
Lions
again
every year.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
You don't want a good game because Uncle whoever is going to be in your ear asking you all these questions about it. If it's a big game, I want to watch it. If it's a crap game,
man.
I can sit there and check in, have a whiskey.
Look, I love football. I love football, and I would say it's underrated if they just changed out the damn Detroit Lions, Dallas Cowboys every single.
And I
damn
don't like
year.
the fact that the Lions and the Cowboys both get a second bye weekend every year.
It's a good point. I never thought
because
about
of
that.
it built into their schedule.
Yeah, I love the idea of football.
That's
on
an
that day.
advantage.
I just don't like the matchup.
Connor, ask any NFL player the advantage.
I believe
the
you.
advantage of
I
that.
believe
Text
you.
them.
They
I
will tell you. I promise you, they will tell you it's an advantage.
All right,
to know late in the season, with 5 weeks to go in the season, you've got a 10-day
I'm
break.
texting Reno
between
Mahe
games.
right now.
Reno
And if
would probably
and if
say
he
it.
disagrees.
I don't think Reno
it'll
ever
be
played
hell.
on Thanksgiving.
I don't think even
I don't know that.
Post-meal nap on Thanksgiving. Overrated, underrated?
I don't think a nap's ever underrated, so I'll say underrated.
Nah, it's overrated.
No, it's I can't. Me and John are in lockstep today.
Yeah, I mean, it's
because naps are never.
a nap is
overrated.
never overrated.
You get that tryptophan flowing
Oh
through
my
your veins.
gosh.
See, if I take that nap, I'm not waking back up.
Give me
I got to
about-
stay up.
Give me
for it.
about an hour and a half.
Once
All
I'm out after food, I'm out.
Seeing family.
Underrated, especially after being not in my close proximity of my family
Yeah,
for
you
a
have
long
you have a
time.
different perspective.
I swear, and I have my wife will say it all the time. She goes, "You have a great, she loves my family." Now she can tolerate her own.
Would you fly up here? For
Yes, we would.
Okay,
Not for Thanksgiving though, because Georgia Tech was always the day afterwards, so it was always a huge weekend. So no, we didn't. But and it always felt odd to not be around family at the holidays.
Connor, what about you?
Underrated. My closest relatives are upstate New York, 6 hours away. So we
Port Charles?
No.
They don't live in Port Charles?
No, they do not. They live in Schoharie, actually, the little town of Schoharie. But I never really get to see my relatives for holidays because of that. They're so far away. So the small chances that we do all get together for Thanksgiving every once in a while, it's awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna be the outlier here and say overrated.
Oh,
Overrated?
Patrick.
And the reason is because there are certain members of my family that I love seeing, but I don't know if I love seeing them so much where it outweighs the people that I don't really care about seeing.
Like my cousins, like we used to get together at Roachie's, at Roach and O'Brien's, get all the cousins together either on Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas. Dan and Shell, my cousins, now will host a big gathering very often where we all get together like right after Christmas. And I always hear people talk about like family drama at family events. We just don't.
No.
We just don't. I think that no one in my family cares enough about like worrying about someone else's business.
You also have a very very big but also close family.
Yeah,
you
they're close.
Always are hanging out with your cousins.
Yeah,
and
they're close.
whatnot.
I love my family.
I'm not.
I am
close
very
with a few
blessed.
people in my family, but other than that, nah, not really. All right, last one for you.
Last one.
Leftovers. Overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
I agree with you, Johnny.
I hate leftovers.
I agree with you. Eat it all the day up.
I hate leftovers. I'm not a now a turkey sandwich on Friday is absolutely in the
only
cards.
good item.
Is only in the cards. But I hate leftovers. And whenever we have a gathering, Christina sends all the leftovers with the guests.
It's worrying me how
much we agree.
Me and you have agreed this segment.
That is weird.
I think
it's a bonding moment, Pat.
I have to look in the mirror and figure out what happened.
What you're about?
Yeah.
We could send everything home with Doc, by the way. Like,
yeah, you said like he's one of these like habitual like.
oh my
leftovers.
God, Doc's refrigerator looks like a scene from Dexter. I mean, he's got bags and boxes and.
That's a man
stuff
who makes a dollar bill work for him.
He does. He absolutely does.
Would you say like he's there's that show on TLC like the cheapest people on earth? I'm butchering
Doc,
the name of it, but
Doc
like, could
is
he be in that
extreme couponers.
No, because I swear, because he spoils my daughter like she's just because he doesn't. He's Godfather, and he literally spoils my daughter rotten.
That was.
But George Washington does squint from the light when he opens his wallet.
That was like me with my aunt, my mom's twin. My mom's
Same
twin
thing?
never had any kids, and she was my godmother.
She spoiled her.
So I would get spoiled. She was always the cool aunt.
Badass. Like Doc will. He's very much like my mom. Like I said to him, one of the things I can't wait to see my mom in heaven one day and go, Mom, why did I find all this dollar store toilet paper and paper towels in your storage closet when you died?
Oh, you can't go.
Why did she? Yes, she did in Drexel Hill. Right, she lived in Drexel Line.
Have respect
There was
for
this
your ass.
dollar store, and she would buy dollar store toilet paper, dollar store paper towels.
They work.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they
they
do not work.
Yeah, they do.
No, they do not
Just
work.
use a little more.
You
It's
have to
all right.
use like 5 of them instead of just
Okay.
using one bounty.
That's
Pay a
fine.
little more and get the good one.
I'm with you.
Nah, I'll save the money.
I mean,
I'll use the 5.
I can suffer through the dollar store paper towels, but the dollar store toilet paper, you got to have
Just can't
respect
do
for
it.
that ass.
I mean,
you
come on.
have to.
You have to have a comfier. It was like my mom was like you were using the Philadelphia Inquirer to wipe your backside.
No.
So you always waited to poo at home.
And by the way, I've often thought of this. Shout out to the guy that invented the paper towel. Like that is
I would
one of the
agree.
most
It's a great-
underrated inventions ever. This guy said, towels? No, we can make that out of paper. He was probably laughed at by people like you, Connor.
I'm
And
not
look him
laughing at
now.
it. It's not exactly the most intricate.
How about the-
How
invention.
often do you use them?
Yeah, I mean, I use them a lot.
Probably every day.
They're
How-
useful.
shut up.
It's
How
not
about
hard.
the innovation of the last 15 years in paper towels?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm
Paper towel technology?
Selecticize. Where
What?
we get the Selecticize bounty. So it has more partitions in
more
it.
slits.
So you could take a small one or you can take a bigger one. It's the Selecticize. It exists.
How much smaller do you need a piece
like
of
if you
paper
just have a
towel
little
to be?
Guys, what we don't realize is we are living in the golden era of
paper towels. We are, absolutely
And you
are.
don't appreciate it until you're out of it, but man, we're in it right now. We really should appreciate it.
By the way, can you tell me about this Greg Berhalter? Good job with that, Pat, by the way. The U.S. soccer coach.
Yeah, what about him?
I'm gonna show you a picture because, Pat, you may not. I'm sure you saw it the other day during the match. Why is he wearing that?
I watched the game with a couple buddies. We
I'm
couldn't
gonna
stop
ask you.
talking about it.
States?
Just states.
States, which
Navy
by the
blue
way,
shirt.
is that navy blue? Because it looks black
Yeah,
to me.
No, it's navy blue.
Okay, so that looks black.
It was a
to
very
me.
dark navy blue.
Okay,
But,
why is he not wearing? If you're going to not wear, like some of the soccer coaches wear suits. If you're not going to wear a suit, if you're not going to dress up, don't you usually have something that displays your country's colors?
It does.
No,
Blue.
it doesn't. That's
States,
not
blue
no,
and
that's
white.
Not
You got two of the big
that's
three.
That's not the country
You got
colors.
two of the big three,
No,
John.
red, white, and blue is our country's colors. And more importantly, the big Nike-ass swoosh on it. Who gives it? What are you doing?
It's a terrible
Is he
shirt.
getting paid to do that?
I mean, the team's probably sponsored by Nike, yeah.
No
so.
doubt.
Well, I understand, but
They
makes some
probably-
better stuff.
Nike makes a lot of red, white, and blue
No,
stuff.
they do. They probably gave him a bunch of stuff, and he just chose that for the day. I would not have chose states, but
Couldn't have fit one more word on there?
hey, somebody's buying it, right?
I mean, seriously.
Tell you what his
Seriously.
other issue is.
States. Who like no one ever refers to us as that. It's stupid. What you're the coach of the U.S. soccer team. What's this? States.
Get some better
Well,
gear.
Crap.
In fairness to him, I don't know how united we are. I mean, I was getting shrapnel because I said I could on Waking Cake I could whittle us down to a hard 35. I was getting shrapnel from Montana.
I didn't even know the states you wanted to get rid of.
Yeah,
Oh, buddy, we could go on bad states all day.
I said I probably could get us down to 35, and I wrote down all the states that I could get rid of, and it just so happened to be exactly 15 states. But Montana came out the woodwork because I guess the bat signal went up.
I hear
and
hell it is.
Montana came out of the
We were getting
woodwork.
calls from people in Montana that were like, "No, we got a lot going here."
Now the gosh, I'm like I would just tell you this is that the fact that we all have voices is what makes us the United States of America.
No, but we're not united.
No, we are.
No,
we're united in embracing in the fact that we all get to speak. I could put you in a room with my wife, Pat, and she'd say to you, someone who fled a socialist nation where you couldn't speak your piece, that it's wonderful that people get to share their opinions.
We're
But
not,
how good are they at
Whether
soccer?
you agree or not,
we're not united.
on the opinions, we are able to speak.
Like I'm not united with the Dakotas. The Dakotas can kick rocks.
No, but there are lots of
Oh,
people that
come
Pat, the Dakotas people would love you.
They probably would.
They got
because
Mount
I'm awesome,
Rushmore.
but I
That's
don't love
pretty
them.
chill.
They got nothing going for them. So we're not united. I'm not united with the Dakotas.
Have you seen South Dakota?
Have I seen it?
Yes, because you seem like you could be a real outdoorsman.
Got like the Badlands.
Could you imagine
Pat,
me in South Dakota?
No, I can't.
So you guys got cable here?
Pat is like, what's going on? Do we have internet?
See, this is why we tied Wales, guys. We got to bring this together before England.
You're right. Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, there's
No,
too much
Wales
friction.
tied us.
Ah.
Wales tied us.
I believe you tie each other.
Which is disgraceful.
Both sides have to tie in.
It's
tie.
freaking disgraceful. Greatest country on earth.
Okay.
Largest
We'll
country
beat
on earth.
England on Black Friday. Then we
Yeah,
can
sure
call it
we will.
soccer. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. Please,
Never
please. Kate, please. Is this a lull for the Eagles or something else? Plus, Dave Dombrowski's success? Let's take a look at it. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The Birds' Big Game Plan is brought to you by Peruzzi Nissan. It's Week 12, and the Eagles still rank number 1 overall in the NFL. At 9-1, the Birds hold a 1.5 lead in the conference over Minnesota and 2 games over the Giants for the division. If the season ended today, the Birds would enjoy a first-round bye and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Looking to keep the momentum going this week, they face the 4-7 Packers, who are only 1-4 on the road. The Birds' Big Game Plan is presented by Peruzzi Nissan, where our business is you.
Hey, it's Coach, and we have Monday Night Football now just 3 days away. And whether it's money lines, odds boosts, or even super odds boosts, I use my Caesars Sportsbook app to bet on all of it. For all new users to the Caesars Sportsbook app, your first bet with Caesars is on Caesars. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app and use the promo code RADIOFULL. Then just make your first bet. I am all in for the Birds on Monday night. I'm taking them, giving 11 points to Washington, plus I'm taking the over 44 points scored, and the first scoring play of the game is going to be a touchdown by Jalen Hurts. And here's the thing. If you don't win on that first bet, you're going to get your money back as a free bet up to $1,250. And when you bet with Caesars, you earn towards stays at some of Caesars' iconic locations. Plus, you're going to earn towards dinners, tickets, and a lot more. Remember, it's promo code RADIOFULL. Caesars Sportsbook open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 and over. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promo for full terms. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This week's Pro to Watch is brought to you by Bradford White. Bradford White water heaters are built to be the best. This week's Pro to Watch is Sixers center Joel Embiid. Embiid recently won the Eastern Conference Player of the Week award, and over the last week and a half, Embiid is averaging 38 minutes a game with 11 rebounds and 6 assists, not to mention 4 blocks per game as well. In a recent 4-game stretch, Embiid scored 33, 26, 42, and 59 points, which was a career high. Since the NBA started counting blocks in the early 1970s, he is the first player to tally at least 50 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 5 assists in a game. And oh yeah, he also did that in only 37 minutes. For exceptional hot water performance for your home or your business, ask a plumbing professional about installing a Bradford White water heater. Whether it's a gas or electric, tank or tankless, how you heat your water matters. So choose the quality, efficiency, and reliability of Bradford White for your starting lineup. To learn more and find a pro near you, visit BradfordWhite.com.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-938-1454. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-938-1454. That's 800-938-1454. Again, 800-938-1454.
Dell Technologies' Black Friday event has arrived with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 50% off select performance business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Favorite family tradition? Shopping Kohl's Black Friday with my mom. We earned extra Kohl's Cash. Got a Google Nest Hub for $49.99, a Fitbit for just $99.99. Plus, I found a pizza grill for $179.99, and she got a fire pit for the same price. Not to mention the 15% off other great deals. Yeah, we're going back to Kohl's for round 2. Select styles. Offers valid through November 25th. Cuisinart, Google, and Fitbit coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Get more kicks out of every World Soccer match with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. Now's the perfect time to give FanDuel a shot because new customers get $125 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app using promo code Fanatic. It is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Then bet on everything from the money line to goals scored to corners. FanDuel even lets you combine bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. You'll get paid your winnings instantly. So don't miss your chance to get $125 in free bets, win or lose, when you join FanDuel with promo code Fanatic. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
21 plus in present PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful. Whoa. Price so amazingly low.
Love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Why is that? Well, if you ask someone with one of the latest and greatest phones from Cricket, they might tell you it's because of the amazing phones. Like the new iPhone 14 that lets you capture stunning photos in low and bright light. Plus, they'd probably tell you about the fast nationwide 5G included with all plans that lets you stream, text, talk, and more, all at 5G speeds. Yeah, they might mention something like that. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
No one ever asked insurance companies for jingles or mascots. But NJM listened when people asked for savings and better service. Upgrade and you could save an average of $702 a year on auto insurance. With a company known for 5-star service, that's 5 stars more than any jingle or mascot. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Get a quote at njm.com. Figure reflects average annual auto insurance premium savings on a national basis for applicants who reported their prior premiums and switched to NJM between 5/31/21 and 5/31/22.
With more than 75 local businesses, you'll find something for everyone on your gift list at the Berlin Farmers Market. Shop a great selection of toys, sports, jewelry, clothes, video games and electronics, candy and sweets, and so much more, all under one roof. The Berlin Farmers Market is decorated for the holidays and open on Wednesday, November 23rd, Black Friday, Saturday, November 26th, and Sunday the 27th. For hours, info, directions, and more, visit BerlinFarmersMarket.com. Berlin Farmers Market. Shop, eat, enjoy local.
The holidays will be here before you know it, and these deals will be gone before you know it. Don't miss Hellsberg Diamonds' The Best Deals of the Year Black Friday sale. Up to 60% off for a limited time on sparkling diamond hoops and studs. And can't miss gifts like beautiful diamond pendants and tennis bracelets. And here's a gift for you, a free Nintendo Switch Lite with a purchase of $699.99 or more. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you. Offer valid November 22nd through November 30th while supplies last. See online or in-store for details.
The John Kincade Show.
I just want to let you know that I am completely unprepared for this, and I blame both of you.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Y'all ready for the holiday? A lot of people probably going to run around and fight people in the supermarkets today, trying to grab stuff. Get out there. You have anything to bring to your mom?
Nah.
Well, you're not showing up with nothing.
I'll get something tomorrow.
Showing up with a smiling face.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What would I bring?
You're not doing this.
What would I bring?
Are you shopping on Thanksgiving? Because don't be that guy.
No, don't shop on Thanksgiving.
As somebody that worked in a grocery store on Thanksgiving and had to check people out that were shopping on Thanksgiving, do not be that guy.
I wouldn't be getting like a whole meal. I'd get something like a bottle of wine or something.
I'm saying you do that today, so then you don't have to worry about tomorrow.
She doesn't really drink all that much.
Okay, she doesn't drink.
She's got everything already.
How about some? How about a centerpiece, like flowers or something?
That'd be nice.
Bring your mom flowers.
Nice. I'll never forget. It was
maybe
the last year I worked Thanksgiving, and I'm not in a good mood because I'm there, right? And it's not like
you were in Manoa.
Yeah.
Do you realize that there was a parking lot in the back of that place?
Saw it the other day. It
was amazing. So did I, by the way.
I'm checking out this total D bag, right? And his 6-year-old kid goes, Daddy, can I get a Snickers? It's probably like 12 o'clock.
You're not you when you're hungry.
On Thanksgiving, he's out shopping at noon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So he goes, no, you can't have a Snickers. You're having hors d'oeuvres in a few hours. Or in like a little bit or whatever. I thought to myself, this jackass. Well, you're looking at a 6-year-old saying, no, bud, you're going to have crackers and cheese in a few hours?
Get him a Snickers.
Get the kid a Snickers. So if you're that guy out there listening who about 7 years ago wouldn't buy your now 13-year-old a Snickers on Thanksgiving and you were shopping at the Manoa at the time Super Fresh, bud, I wish you nothing but the worst.
That's probably why the kid is now
How do you keep this with you for 7 years?
Pat, that's probably why the kid's now vaping behind the stadium.
Exactly. You know what? Because I thought to myself, this is a guy who is completely out of touch. Like he thinks that.
Yeah, but for me, like I think about that for 5 minutes and then I move on with my day. I don't. In 7 years,
going to be like at the age of 6 is going to be like, oh, duh. I've got a nice cheddar assortment going on in 35.
I don't know, man. My parents told me all the time, don't eat. You're going to ruin your appetite.
On things that matter, my wife and I are very rigid. On things like that, I literally when Christina would go visit her mom, she'd go visit at the end. She'd visit her mom in Jamaica, and we couldn't go with her. So I'd be taking care of it, and Betty would come down and hang out with me. And it was like, No, there's no rules. If Liv wanted to have, if she wanted to have ice cream for breakfast, I didn't give a damn because it was something that was.
Listen, I'm cool with that too.
Matter.
I'm just saying my
it
parents told me
There's
sometimes.
things that you don't
like,
battle. There's things you don't battle. Get the kid a Snickers.
That's my point, Connor.
It's a holiday.
Maybe the kid had a Snickers on the way in, and you didn't see him have a Snickers. He was like, I want
now you're creating.
Did you ask the 6-year-old?
I did.
You're creating
Yeah,
a total
you did. And you trust the 6-year-old
No, because
to tell
his
you the
answer.
truth?
No, because the father's answer in line would have been, "You just had a Snickers."
Maybe he's upset because some
If that was
strange
the
guy's
case.
talking to a 6-year-old at a convenience or in a grocery store on
could be.
Thanksgiving.
Hey, little boy, you want free candy?
Leave him alone.
That parking lot, though, Pat, that Manoa Shopping Center, I had to go there the other day, picking up something for Doc. I got to tell you that that is I feel it's like I've gone back in time because I remember that shopping center as a kid being dragged with my mom shopping, and every time I go back there, I feel like I'm 10. It just feels different. It's like a place where you go that reminds you of your kids, even though most of the stuff has changed. There used to be a Woolworths in there where people used to eat in the middle of a department store.
Yeah.
And they would like have a counter where you'd go and have milkshakes and burgers and stuff like that.
Nothing brings out the kid in you like a milkshake in a department store.
Oh, gosh.
What I
I
always
love
say.
it. Hey, the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app, odds, slots, bets, and games all coming together in perfect harmony right in your pocket. Download it now at betparks.com. So Dave Dombrowski gets a extension yesterday after an amazing season. I just want to ask this question. And it is not casting aspersions. I'm just asking the question. It was a season where they exceeded the luxury tax, something that they absolutely resisted doing before. How much of last year's success was based off that the luxury of exceeding the luxury tax was afforded him, which wasn't afforded others? So how much of this season, the success, can you tie to the fact that they were willing to exceed the luxury tax and go spend? Because if you didn't have Schwarber and Castellanos, you were screwed last year. When Harper goes down, you're screwed. You needed both of them.
Very little.
Really?
And the reason I say that is because Castellanos was the guy that put them over the luxury tax, and he wasn't very good.
Correct.
Now, you're right. You were afforded the luxury of putting him in right field.
Which you needed.
You probably would have kept Moniak in that situation, and you put him in center and put Vierling in right, and your outfield would have sucked, and you would have had to trade and find a trade partner and all that. But
Castellanos made 3 of the biggest plays of your season defensively in the postseason.
Are you in a situation where you get to the World Series without Castellanos? Probably not. But I think a lot of people were with me on this of like getting into the playoffs was kind of the main goal.
Right.
Now, it was great that he had the ability to go over the luxury tax, but when you look at the guy that pushed him over and he didn't give you much offensively, I don't put a whole lot into it. But if he had produced a lot, I would have said, that had a large part of it.
You think they're going over the luxury tax this year, Connor, as the host of the Locked On Phillies podcast?
I'm willing to say 100% they're going over the luxury tax.
Wow.
There's no doubt in my mind.
He says he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But you think he's saying that just to John Middleton to hear it?
What I said is like when you're shopping for a house and you have your budget and you're like, oh, we don't want to go over budget. And then you see the nice colonial that's got the wraparound porch or whatever. And you're like, okay, well, we could go 25. You never come in on budget. He wants to. In an ideal world, you tell your boss, yo, I got somebody great and we stayed under the luxury tax and I saved you all this money. But in reality, it's not realistic to build a competitive team without going into it from where the Phillies are with their farm system. And he clearly wants his team to be competitive. So, they're going to be over the luxury tax.
I agree with you. I don't know how long they're willing to do it, though. Because the impact of going over the luxury tax
hurts you in the draft.
Even 2 years.
Right.
It doesn't only hurt you in the draft. It hurts you in the international signing bonus money that you get. And that's one of the reasons why I did a topic a couple weeks ago of like they have to hit on some of these prospects they currently have in the system. You don't have to hit on all of them, but you definitely have to hit on some of them because they're towing a line that was very similar to what happened during the really good period of Ruben Amaro. Ruben Amaro kept signing these free agents, and at the time, while they weren't going over the luxury tax, the CBA rules dictated that if you were signing a guy that was tendered a contract, you were giving up a first-round pick. And when you look at some of those lean years with the minor league system, it was because they weren't drafting until the second round, the third round. Now, granted, they missed out on some big talent, and their scouting department was terrible, But still, you're missing out on, your second, fifth highest draft pick because you're going over the luxury tax and international money. You got to hit on some of these guys right now. So I don't know how long they're willing to do it for.
Connor, what did you find the most interesting part of the Dombrowski extension?
The amount of time it was for. So it takes.
What was it about that you found intriguing? I have no idea. I saw it in your notes, and I'm going, I have no idea.
So some quick math. Double check me on this because I'm not a math guy, but it's 2022, and the 3-year extension takes him to 2027. So
through
that's
2027
that's
season,
5 years,
correct.
right?
Okay, right.
So of everyone on this team currently tendered a contract, that's not an arbitration guy. So arbitration guys are like Brandon Marsh, Andrew Bellotti, Nick Maton, the young guys. Of your big pieces that are signed, the last one is through 2027. The only one past that is Bryce Harper.
Right.
So basically what this says to me is Dave Dombrowski is here for this window. I don't know what that says for after this core of guys is gone, but there are guys, Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, that if he doesn't sign this extension and just fills out his original contract, he's gone before those contracts are up. And then you've got to have someone else decide what to do with them. He's seeing out what he's done. To me, that says that he has faith in the guys he's already brought in, and he's willing to sell out to get this core to a championship. So the fact that he put it perfectly, that 3 years matches up perfectly with the end of basically this core's tenure on their current contracts, says to me that he wants to be in control of this to the finish, which some people were afraid of. There were worries that if there's an expansion team, maybe he looks to go and do that. There are worries that, hey, if this team isn't super competitive continuously, maybe he's gone. Now he's locked up, for better or for worse, for the entirety of this core of Phillies baseball. So this window is under Dave Dombrowski, and that makes me feel very comfortable with where the Phillies are at right now.
The guy all he does is win, 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 no matter what, Pat. I mean, that's what he does.
He does. He's a proven winner. I didn't have a problem with the extension at all. His track record speaks for itself, and he has those proven connections around Major League Baseball. I think that his connection with Nick Castellanos was one of the reasons why Castellanos signed in Philly. He drafted him. It's one of the reasons why the Phillies are linked to Xander Bogaerts. He signed him, or I think he signed him as an international free agent in Boston. He's got really strong connections. It amazes me because everybody forgets he's not the GM. Sam Fold's the GM, but Sam Fold might as well just be a glorified secretary just taking calls, because it really is Dave Dombrowski at the forefront of it, and I can't.
It's become the new thing, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, right. Like Daryl Morey is president of basketball ops.
Everybody forgets Elton Brand. And I think Daryl Morey and Elton Brand are more of a team effort than Sam Fold and Dombrowski.
They're more mentor-mentee.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. Sam Fold, I mean, it's his first GM job, so not that Elton Brand isn't, but you know what I mean. But looking at it, yeah, it's I like the move, and you've already seen it bear fruit with some of the moves that he's made. I haven't disagreed with a lot of the moves that he's made so far.
I've liked it. I've liked it. And to what Connor said, I had a lot of people telling me that if this year had not gone great, that he would have had his eye on Nashville.
Yes.
Because Nashville's trying to get the relocated team. But now that the A's are going to go to Vegas, I don't know what relocated team there's going to be. I don't believe Tampa's going to go anywhere.
I don't know.
I don't think
Tampa, they already tried to do the split season with Montreal, which was weird, so it could be them. But this makes me feel really comfortable that he's committing to this core, because John Middleton already has with going into the luxury tax and bringing these guys in. Now you know that you have a consistent voice all the way through, which is great for building success.
Did you ever think that maybe the lull that the Eagles are experiencing right now is the competition? They beat the Vikings, big Monday night game. They beat the Cowboys, big Sunday night game at home, huge games. Then they have the short week before a bad Texans team, a bye week, and then losing versus the Commanders, followed by a trip to play Team Turmoil in Indianapolis. Could it be that the 8-0 Eagles looked ahead a bit, and what they were seeing really didn't enthuse them as much, and that's where the lull is, that it's psychological? Because one thing I'm going to say is the Eagles have not looked crisp, and they have not looked focused. So I'm just wondering if it's human nature that at 8-0 the Eagles took a breath, and we're like, man, this is an easy stretch coming up. This looks great. And that maybe that's what it is, and so there's no reason to really worry.
Maybe. I mean, I could totally see that being a mindset of a team that's as good as they are and the competition they're playing, whether it's right or wrong, they have that mindset. I also look at it as kind of it's a long season. 17 games now it's a grind.
It is a grind.
Kind of the natural point of the season where it's like if you're a team that's been playing well, you kind of get into we started out strong. We have to finish strong. Now in the middle, the injuries kind of kick in. We're kind of starting to wear down. You've already gone through the bye week and you're well removed from that where the wear and tear is kicking in again. So I think it's a combination of multiple factors, not just that. But I do think it's certainly possible that plays in.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like that could be it, Pat, that maybe it's just a little bit of complacency.
I would like to think that it's not the case, but then again, I'd like to think that it is in a weird way. I'd like
What does that mean?
Because I would think that the leadership in that locker room, the veterans, and by the way, it includes Jalen Hurts in a way, because he's the leader in that locker room. I would think that they would go, guys, let's not overlook the opponent. And even Jalen Hurts, when they played Arizona, he said, guys, we were playing a good football team. You guys are asking me about whatever the media was asking about that way. I think it was like a hoodie. But, you guys haven't asked me about Arizona. This is a good football team. We're not overlooking them. I would like to think that they're not. But at the same way, I would, in a weird way, like that excuse because at least it would give me a reason on why they haven't played well in the last 3 weeks.
I think it's part of it. I think at 8-0, they were like, wow, the Texans, the Colts, the Commanders, and I think it's human nature.
Yeah, it's much less scarier for an Eagles fan if that is the case.
I believe with Green Bay coming in and Aaron Rodgers coming in, they're going to be hyper-focused.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Sunday night to be I think Monday morning we will come in and go, well, okay, that's the Eagles we know. That's the Eagles we know.
I hope so, but the last primetime performance kind of scares me because regardless of who you're playing, you played a divisional game in primetime and came out flat against Washington.
Oh, they did.
So I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think they're going to lose to Green Bay, but I would love to see that breakout performance of back to the old Eagles because that would make me much more comfortable.
Absolutely. If they go out there and put it on Green Bay.
Well, I mean, even if they win, if I told you right now, 31-14.
Oh,
yeah. If the game is never in question,
yes,
we're all going to be coming in Monday going, all right, they're back.
We're taking our pants off.
It's honestly, it's what I expect. It's we'll get into more of this Friday, Connor, but it's what I expect, Pat, that they're going to come out and lay it on Green Bay.
I would
and look great.
I would think that. I've expected that the past 3 weeks, though, depending on the opponent. I mean, I've expected them to go out and put it on, whether it be Houston, Washington, or last week. So, Green Bay looks like they have kind of quit on not only the quarterback, but the coach, and it just seems like a very toxic Brooklyn Nets-esque situation.
I don't know, though. They handled Dallas pretty well 2 weeks ago. So.
2 weeks ago they did, then you expect, but they didn't follow it up.
Yeah, they're not consistent, but they're still dangerous.
Yeah, I guess.
So if they hang it on them, that makes me feel good about it because I know the talent that they have at the quarterback position and the pedigree, at least, that organization has had outside of this season.
Do you have everything? How much of your Christmas shopping's done, Patrick?
I got one thing for Jack, and I actually purchased something yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'll tell you guys about off air. But,
good. Excellent.
Other than that, nothing.
Connor?
0%. I have purchased 0 items. My brother's birthday is actually November 30th, and I have gotten him nothing for his birthday.
Well, you got to clean that up.
I do Black Friday shopping for his birthday. Cut me some deals.
Everything's not only done, everything's wrapped.
Dude, what?
Everything is now officially done.
Do you ever look in the mirror when you're wrapping Christmas presents in mid-November and think, what am I doing with my life?
And you know what I say? I put my hands behind my head and I go, it's done. I have no stress. The holiday season begins, and I have everything. Everything
You're
is
not
done.
building the Great Wall. You're wrapping a couple boxes from Nordstrom's.
Everything's done. Nordstrom. Don't pluralize.
Is it not Nordstrom's?
It's Nordstrom.
I don't know, man.
It's Nordstrom.
It's Nordstrom,
dude.
Not Nordstrom's.
I just
fine. Boscov's. Make it work.
Boscov's.
I can't get over that's the store he chose.
He chose you
don't want to go.
I don't know. It's the first one that came to mind.
Gimbals.
What do you want me to do? Are we listing our top stores?
Does
now?
he know, Pat? You would not know. You're not old enough, but you would know. Neither one of you would know Litz.
I don't know
lit.
that.
No, I don't know.
Litz used to be Litz used to be a store, and in fact, Pat, when we go to the PJs in Broomall for our happy hour coming up in December. For the grand opening, we will not be there grand opening day, but we will be there for a happy hour. It is in the old Litz building, right there in Lawrence Park Shopping Center.
Yeah, I know where it is.
That used to be a place called Litz. Gimbals. What else is there? There's that they don't exist anymore.
Stores?
Strawbridge and Clothier.
Strawbridge is not a thing anymore.
Do you know Strawbridge and Clothier?
Yeah. Strawbridge's was a thing. Yeah.
Well, Strawbridge's became.
That's an offshoot.
When I was a kid, it was Strawbridge and Clothier.
Yep.
And then they took the and Clothier away.
I remember the Clover on right off the Roosevelt Boulevard. I would me and my mom would catch the bus right there at the Clover.
How about the Clover at? Isn't there a Clover right at the Havertown Upper Darby line?
I don't know.
I think there is.
I mean, I didn't move to
right there
Delco
on Route 1
until I was freshman in high school.
We consider you part of the Delco family.
I put my time in.
When you're there, you're family.
Yeah, that's what they often say. You ask about me in those streets, they know.
It's the coolest county to be from.
They have no idea about me.
Like, people don't go, Montco.
I think they do.
I'm now in Chester County. People don't go Chesco.
But go down the hall. There's a heated debate on a very popular show between Montco and Delco.
About what?
The pride of
pride.
One person has a lot of pride in Montco. The other person has a lot of pride in Delco.
Is it that Carter boy guy?
Yeah. He's a Delco guy.
He is.
And Kathy's a Montco guy and girl, and they
Kathy loses.
They go at it.
She loses.
New Jersey, we're coordinated. Jersey, we're all on the same side.
Montco and
PA folks.
Delco
counties.
Nobody outside the city of Philadelphia has ever heard about Montco. They love Montco because of all the great. When you know what
we from John Kincade. This is not coming from Connor or Pat.
We understand why Montco's great because we're Philadelphians. So there's things that you go to Montco, golf.
Very good golf in Montco.
No, great golf.
Yeah,
I mean, like it's great golf.
Oh, incredible golf.
Montco to me, shopping. Better shopping than Delco.
They got it all.
Like better shopping.
Yeah.
Delco though, for community pride, is about as good as it gets in the whole country. People talk about Delco. People understand what Delco is in other parts of the country, have heard of Delco.
Oh.
It's been featured on television shows. It's part of the...
Because Delco has more character.
Montco is more a classy experience.
Are you saying Delco's not classy?
Not as classy as Montco. Look, I'm a Delco guy.
Wow,
this is one of the dumber debates we've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. This is...
Don just said Delco
you don't
not
consider
classy.
Montco classier than Delco?
Wow. Why do you hate Delco so much?
I love Delco. I'm a Delco guy.
You just said Delco's not classy.
No, I said it's not as classy as Montco. Montco's a little more white glove, a little more hold your pinky out when you're.
Have you ever seen someone wearing white gloves in Montco?
Yes, at the White Glove Car Wash.
Was Jamie from Montco?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's an argument.
Jamie's Montco.
We're done here. You win.
I mean, come on. Is that the fine dining establishments? It's much more. Delco's much more Joe's Pizza in Broomall.
I don't leave the city.
It's more of that. Yeah, you don't wander. You don't wander enough. Pat has some thoughts on last night's Sixers game we'll get to. Plus, the year that was and the year that will be. We'll get into it next. Happy day before Thanksgiving. Does this day have a time? Thanksgiving
Eve?
I guess it is. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yep, that's me, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. People ask me all the time, what does this mean, I hate Steven Singer? Well, for starters, my competition really hates me. Here's why. Watch as we get closer and closer to Black Friday. All my competition will start having their crappy sales. 70% off sale. 70% off what? I must be in a business of idiots. You tell me, what magical, mystical thing happened that made this diamond ring 70% less? Isn't it the truth that they just took a $300 ring and these idiots jacked up the price to $1,000 and then tried to sell it to you at 70% off for $300? Which probably, by the way, it's still not worth. You're just too smart to buy this crap. Come to Steven Singer on Jewelers Row. One place, one price. Visit us at the other corner of 8th and Walnut at our flagship store or on the phone at 888-I-HATE-STEVEN SINGER or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Visit the real Steven Singer and find out why all the other jewelers in America hate me.
Hey guys, listen up. Losing weight not only helps your overall health, but research shows that it also can increase testosterone levels, which can resolve ED and low libido. It can help a multitude of things. With NJ Diet, losing weight takes only 40 days. That's right, up to 40 days to lose it contractually 20 to 40 plus pounds. Weight loss is contractually guaranteed. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work to personalize natural formulas and supplements where the side effect is weight loss. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds guaranteed. NJ Diet is all natural. No shots, no hormones, no counting points, no prepackaged foods. Ew. No surgery. Schedule an initial consult at one of their convenient locations. Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, Newark, Delaware, from the comfort of your home with live online video consultations. No matter how much weight you need to lose, NJ Diet is for you. Don't wait for your doctor to give you bad news, then try to figure it out. Stay ahead of your health by calling 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET, or visit njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo for CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. When the weather outside is frightful and your PJs are warm and delightful, then who needs a good heater, right? Wrong. Our utility bills continue to rise. Don't get stuck with an old HVAC system. One call to my friends at CNC Heating will ensure that your home will be warm and toasty even without those fuzzy PJs. Look, if you live in Buxton, Montgomery County, you can trust your home to CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and proven for 50 years. You'll see why homeowners rely on CNC for their family's comfort. And as a gift to you this holiday season, CNC is offering $500 off all new systems when you mention this ad through the end of the year. Search CNC Heating to schedule your system service analysis today. That's CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Their family is here to keep your family comfortable all year long.
This holiday season, switch to Boost Mobile and get a single line unlimited plan for $25 a month and
a partridge in a pear tree
coverage on America's largest 5G networks.
How about 7 swans of swimming?
No, but if you're not satisfied within the first 30 days, Boost gives you your money back.
Turtle doves, French hens?
The lowest truly unlimited plan on the market, one line for $25 a month when you switch.
I'll take it.
Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. Limited time offer. New customers only. One line for $25 per month with autopay. Device must be returned in like new condition. Monthly service refunded via e-gift card. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Get in zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $38.99. Get everything you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Experience the holidays at the Reading Terminal Market. Famous 4th Street Cookie Company. Make your holidays fun and festive with award-winning homemade cookies from famous 4th Street Cookie Company. Cookie boxes and cookie trays make the perfect dessert or holiday gift. Junta's Prime Shop. Shop their selection of top quality meats for your holiday meals. Freshly seasoned and prepared sausages and turduckens are available. Join 97.5 The Fanatic's Anthony Gargano as he broadcasts live from the market this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Shopping small is a big deal in Camden County, especially during the holidays. That's because shopping and dining locally helps create and keep jobs by investing in the community. It's better for the environment, too. For a list of local businesses, restaurants, wineries, breweries, and farmers markets that would love a chance to make your holidays happy, visit CamdenCounty.com/shop. Shop, dine, and save right here in Camden County. This message brought to you by the Camden County Board of Commissioners.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network and the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply.
This football season, you can turn game days into paydays when you visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. With more than 20 TVs, you'll never miss a play. And with over 30 betting kiosks, it's easy to get in on the action with America's #1 sportsbook. Plus, enjoy exclusive events and promotions. Visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Open 7 days a week. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Favorite family tradition? Shopping Kohl's Black Friday with my mom. We earned extra Kohl's cash, got a Google Nest Hub for $49.99, a Fitbit for just $99.99. Plus, I found a pizza grill for $179.99, and she got a fire pit for the same price. Not to mention the 15% off other great deals. Yeah, we're going back to Kohl's for round 2. Select styles. Offers valid through November 25th. Cuisinart, Google, and Fitbit coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Looking for a place to watch Sixers game day action? Check out Screwball Sports Bar and Grill in King of Prussia. Named one of the top 10 best sports bars in Pennsylvania by Best Things Pennsylvania. Enjoy $4 Corona Premier drafts during all Sixers games. For more info, visit them at screwballsbarandgrill.com.
It's that time of year again. Free Coffee Tuesday for Wawa Rewards members are back. Every Tuesday, Wawa Rewards members get any size hot coffee or handcrafted iced coffee for free. Gotta have a Wawa.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Do you know what an AC style cheesesteak is?
No clue.
Pat?
No.
I haven't heard it either.
Like Atlantic City?
I can tell you
Yeah.
the worst cheesesteak I ever had was in Atlantic City.
Where'd you have it?
I'm not going to say that.
Okay, oh no, okay.
I actually, but now I think, I don't even remember because it was so long ago, but that was the moment where I said, I'm never getting a cheesesteak outside of Philly.
They have a good sandwich shop down there called White House.
Yeah, the White
Subs.
House,
I've
yeah.
heard of that. Yep, heard of that.
And it's I guess it's part of, how the White House does it. Our buddy down the shore, Mike Gill, saying that like they do it at the White House. It's like almost looks like French bread, the roll.
I don't
know. Like, I don't know. If the bread's important to me, but I don't want the bread to be the star of the show.
Yeah, I like heavy whiz, so I like the bread to get a little soggy. I like a softer bread, so that's for me.
I like the provolone or the Cooper Sharp.
Whiz,
one of the two.
heavy whiz.
I like Prov.
Provolone is always
Provy guy.
Provy is the go-to. Cooper Sharp, if they have if I know a place has it, then I will always choose that just to change it up.
Although my go-to place, Steve's, they have the American cheese like it's a sauce. It's phenomenal.
Like a sauce?
Yeah, I think that's
it's
called
like
whiz.
No, it's not. You can get Cheese Whiz and then you get American, but the American's like a melted American cheese.
Cheese Whiz is processed.
Yeah,
it's
all,
a processed
all that
product.
cheese is
But
processed.
you don't know about Steve, so just
it's not
shut your
processed.
mic
If you
off.
have Steve's, you just do the melted.
Yeah,
that
you
would
don't
be
know about it.
that's not processed.
Yeah, you're going to Subway for cheesesteaks there, Connor, so shut your mouth.
That's not good.
And plus, I get
Oh
a
my
yoga
gosh.
mat out of it, too.
That is terrible. All right, we start the 8 o'clock hour, and I appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Bob having to go to a friend's funeral today, and so we're thinking of Bob. And hopefully everybody has a great, great day today, though.
Thinking of the Tobler family.
Man, that is not fun.
Yeah, Bob mentions Ed. He mentioned him
Often.
a lot. Yeah, because he was a huge Phillies fan, so thinking about them today.
And it's weird that when Bob was talking about it before, and it's just, and he loses a friend like that. But I'm so glad that his friend got to see this October. It's one of the things that I think of. My dad died 81 Christmas Eve. He got to see in the last year of his life Phillies win the World Series, which was the most important thing in the world to him to see that. And he saw another playoff berth. He got to see the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and he got to see the Sixers and the Flyers in the finals. It's not a bad year to go out.
No, not at all.
Now, when you're 57, that's a bad year to go out.
Right.
But it was still, he got to see all four of his teams play for a championship in the last, pretty much year of his life.
Yeah, and that's an important
pretty good
thing. Think about all the cities that don't get that ever.
Oh, my gosh.
The Atlantas, the Minnesotas, the Clevelands that just don't really have not only not have 4-for-4 teams, but don't have that success in a generation. Like we have been, while we look at the size of our city and the market we're in and say we've been unlucky comparatively, we have been lucky in a couple generations.
That's why I just, when people whine here, when I hear whiny fans, I'm like, no, but when I hear it, there's no perspective because we have it better than probably 70% of cities, maybe more.
Yeah, but you should always want to have it better than what you have.
You can want to have better. But when I hear people do oh, man, we're just so long-suffering. We never get... I'm like, shut up. Oh, my gosh.
Things do go wrong a lot here.
You've also gotten to see great success. You've also gotten to see a lot of success.
Yeah, but I want the dynasty. It's the D word.
Well, that's fine. Well, then everybody wants a dynasty. Just talk to Boston. And that's about it.
Talk to a lot of other cities.
What other cities?
I don't know. Golden State. So they've got
Golden State. Well, I mean, they've what, 4 and 7?
Chicago. The Bulls.
That's a generation. That's more than a generation ago.
When is ours? When have we ever had one?
That's more than a generation
when have we
ago.
ever had one?
Yeah, but then you've gotten 25 years of crap.
Still.
I mean, it's like it's.
I'd trade 25 years of crap for 3 Eagles Super Bowls in 5 years.
Oh, I would not.
I definitely would.
I would not. I want another one, though.
Patriots fans are going to be talking their trash for the next decade because of what they did in the early 2000s.
So they'll become the new Cowboys.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
They're the Cowboys. Correct. I would never want to trade places with a Cowboy fan. To go to put in a VHS tape to remember when my team did something.
Well, not now, but in 1990, I think if a lot of people were being honest, they would have said, hey, we'd rather be in their position.
Yeah, but when you're in the midst of it, sure. But if it means 25 years of crap afterwards, no.
Cross that bridge in 2050.
No,
Come on, Johnny.
no.
Let's win now.
Hey, Martin Law is the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. It's a day to be thankful tomorrow and today. Always be thankful. But think of the year in Philly sports since last Thanksgiving. So just take it from this time last year. Eagles returned to the playoffs after a 1-year absence. What a drought. They missed the playoffs for a year. Then they had a great draft, acquired A.J. Brown and others, and are sitting here at 9-1. The Phillies won the National League Championship for the first time in 13 seasons before losing the World Series. Union went to the MLS Cup before losing. Just that alone would be an amazing year for almost any sports city in the country. So I ask you this question as we reflect. When we sit here next year, day before Thanksgiving, will the next year be more or less successful? And here's one thing that I'm putting on it. A title, a major sports title, definitely makes it more successful than this past year.
That's the thing, and that's what I was going to bring up. I completely think that we will run into one between now and next Thanksgiving.
So by next Thanksgiving, we're going to see a championship.
I think there's too much of a base for all of the teams besides the Flyers in this city to not. I know that sounds crazy because there have been really successful, talented teams that have been put together in the city that haven't won it all. But when you look at what the Eagles have in front of them still, the core that the Phillies have, the Sixers, for as much as we lament them not getting out of the second round, if they ever do, they're going to be a team that's considered a championship contender because of the core.
Oh, yeah, you get to the Final Four, you're a championship contender.
And I see the Union with an organization that isn't going away. So, yeah, if I'm even the slightest bit optimistic, I have to say, yes, we're going to be more thankful for the next calendar year because we're going to run into a championship.
See, I look at it, Pat, and say, I wonder if the Union can get as far. I wonder if the Phillies can get as far. Phillies only could go one more game and win it. Win one game and get to a game 7. And but the Eagles should be the one that we sit and say, wow, we got a shot. We got a real shot.
Yeah, I think Connor makes a good point. I think the Philadelphia will get into a championship and win one with one of these teams.
In the next year?
In the next year, yeah. I think.
So we're going to a parade in the next year.
I think. Now, maybe it's just a lot of wishful thinking on my part, but when you're 9-1, damn it, what's the point?
Well, I mean, is it
the dream?
If it's not the Eagles, who is it?
I would think the Phillies.
So you would?
Yeah, because we saw the Phillies and baseball. We all know this, but baseball is probably the one of the biggest sports. I think hockey is the biggest, but baseball is 1B of riding a hot team.
Oh yeah,
into the playoffs. And we saw what happened with the Phillies riding a hot team into the playoffs, and then when they start to believe and get the confidence up, they came 2 wins away from winning a World Series. They're going to load up. They're going to get Trey Turner, which is going to make them even better.
So you do believe that's going to happen?
Yep. If they don't, they'll get Xander Bogaerts, which makes them even better. They're going to get one of the four big guys. And Andrew Painter, I think, is the real deal. I think he's very, very legit. I don't see this team taking a step back. I only see them getting better.
I'm worried because today's the day and no one's talked about it.
I know.
Well, what's there to talk about? Like, he's getting surgery.
Yeah, well,
But remember, it's the mystery box. They're opening up the box and finding out what's inside the box.
Well, there's nothing to talk about until they open them up, and I don't know if he's opened up yet.
But it might be bad.
I mean, I don't think Jim Salisbury is there like Kramer and Jerry watching.
Know what he did
with the junior mints?
With the junior mint.
You know
what I don't think he's there with a notepad reporting on it.
You know what I heard? I heard Salisbury was stealing scrubs the other day over at Lankenau.
That's just a good journalist
to try to sneak in.
You know him. I'm sure Gelb was there too. I'm sure Gelb were trying to sneak in as medical students to watch the surgery go down.
Gelb will then tell the other journalist how they should cover it, what is appropriate to how it's covered.
I'm on Gelb's side.
So he will tell us how are things covered.
How you feeling?
He'll give him a nice little lecture.
How's it make you feel, Johnny?
Yes. Well, when the Hall of Fame calls, it'll be.
I'm Team Gelb.
It's unbelievable. Hey, shop Thanksgiving at Whole Foods Market. Organic fresh whole turkeys are just $2.99 a pound, and fresh whole turkey are just $1.99 a pound while supplies last. Shop in store or online, and terms do apply. I would imagine that there's not a lot on the shelves right now. I would imagine it's not.
I don't do all that much shopping for Thanksgiving. That's normally like my mom or wherever we're going. So I don't know. Does it go that quickly?
I would think it does. I would think it gets picked over. I mean, as far as we had one of our listeners DM'd me before. Let me see. Here it is. Scott says Roger that, by the way, he's at one of the big grocery stores in Green Bay, and he's looking forward to hearing things about it. But he says Rogers couldn't get along with the hard-hitting Green Bay media, let alone this town. Let's go to the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. Comcast Business keeps you ready for what's next. The day before Thanksgiving, Adam Schefter joins us because of Landis Block and Concrete. They can help you create your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise online at landisbc.com. Adam, first of all, happy Thanksgiving Eve. And I would imagine that little responsibility falls onto your plate for tomorrow's festivities at your home. Is that correct?
Well, John, we go to my wife's cousin. So fortunately, I don't have to do too much work. My wife's got to get some food ready today. But it's interesting because 3 years ago, without getting, I'm going to get a little personal, I passed a kidney stone, so we missed Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And then 2 years ago was the pandemic. And then last year, my wife's cousin wanted to stop by our house. He had a bunch of books that he wanted me to sign for his college friends. So he came over like 3 p.m, stayed for a few hours, and left at about 6 o'clock, only for us to get a call at 8 o'clock from his father that his son just tested positive for COVID after spending 3 hours in our house, which he brought home with him from college, so we couldn't go to Thanksgiving last year. So
oh, no.
Literally, this is the first Thanksgiving around friends and family in 4 years. 4 years, which is kind of weird to think about.
That's the ultimate, then, thing to be thankful for. There will be no reason to not be to be searching for what you're thankful for tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you get to have Thanksgiving, you get to be around your friends and family.
That's
so that's
awesome.
A nice thing.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody there.
At 9-1, there has been a lot of questions asked this week about, is it a malaise? Are the Eagles just in a little bit of a lull? And one of the things that I say is, look, you can celebrate that you're not always going to play your best and you come away with a victory. But I'm worried that 3 weeks in a row we haven't seen the Eagles at their best. What do you see from the outside looking in about this situation?
Well, they haven't been at their best. They haven't performed the way they did early in the year. But that's the way it goes. Again, it's such a long season with dips and cycles and valleys and peaks and what's the word for the peaks and valleys? Yeah, okay. And so I just think the objective here is to be exactly where they are, is to be in position to win that division, to get the number one seed, and to be playing your best football into December. And so, they've struggled. Yeah, they haven't played their best football, but they're still where they're at. So I'm not overly concerned. Now, if they're playing this way 1 month from now, okay, then I'll be a little concerned. But I'm not concerned yet because to me, what is it? Bill Parcells always talked about how football, the races always began after Thanksgiving. And, when you think about the football season with the extra game, we're just a little bit more than halfway through right now. So there's a lot of time to go here, a lot.
I think there's been a lot of reaction, and I'm not just going to lean on ESPN, but yesterday I saw where the analytics says the Cowboys are most likely to go to the Super Bowl, and the 49ers are the second most likely, and I'm going, okay, too many people have their heads in a computer.
Recency bias. The 49ers are coming off an impressive Monday night showing. The Cowboys are coming off their best game in years. Everybody's impressed with them this week. Talk to me, not on November 23rd, but December 23rd. Let's see where we're at on December 23rd and how the Eagles stack up. All it takes is for Dallas to lose to the Giants, which I don't think will happen, by the way, on Thanksgiving. And then all of a sudden these analytic models and comments from analysts, they're all turned upside down. That's where it's at this week. It doesn't mean much to me. Like I said, let's see where the Eagles are a month from now. Let's see if their football, the way they're playing, improves or doesn't. If it doesn't, if they're flat and that malaise continues, I think there would be legitimate reasons to be concerned. But to me, with where they're at, they're right where they want to be. And again, I would say this to you. If before the season began, in mid to late August, we were having the show, and I said to you, John, here's the deal. When you take this, the Eagles are going to hit a bit of a flat spell in the middle of the season. Not going to play their best football. Going to struggle some. Not going to look great. But they're going to be 9-1 going into a Sunday night game at home.
Sold.
Against a Green Bay Packer. Would you take that, John?
Sold. Yes. We are absolutely sold. I'll buy it right now.
Okay.
Any price. We'll take that.
Philadelphia would.
There we go.
Everybody in Philadelphia. The entire city would. 100% purchasing. 100% buy-in. So, I understand it. It makes for a good conversation. People can raise questions. There can be some issues, but talk to me on December 23rd.
Now, Adam, it looks like in the NFC specifically, there's one more personnel domino to fall, and it's Odell Beckham, and we hear that his decision should be coming relatively soon between either the Cowboys or Giants, or maybe there's another team out there. How big of a domino do you consider him to be? Is he an impact player still, or is it just the name carrying weight of the news and not something the Eagles should be overly concerned about one of their division rivals adding?
I think it's a little bit of both. I do think the Cowboys are the favorite to land him. There's just been so much noise out of Dallas. I mean, we even have the Cowboys website yesterday waiting on and reaching out to Odell Beckham Jr. about coming to Dallas. I don't know that I've seen a team website openly recruiting a free agent in the past the way that the Cowboys Twitter handle and website was yesterday. It's kind of, I was like, wow.
So kind of desperate to me.
I don't know what. It's very unique and unusual for that to happen, right? Like,
sure.
I saw that and I'm like, I don't remember a team in the past on its website tweeting out, "It's your move, OBJ," with eye emojis. Dak Prescott shared part of his pitch to Odell Beckham Jr. and why he wants him in Dallas, with Odell shaking Dak's hand. Like, that's the team website. It's your move, OBJ, eye emojis. Like, wow, okay. So it just tells you how focused they are and how consumed they are with trying to get him. And by the way, that team and that situation makes more sense than any other. It makes more sense than any other. And Jerry, as much as he is the owner and GM of that team, is a marketing maven. He's the 2022 P.T. Barnum. So from a football standpoint, Odell makes sense. From a marketing standpoint, he makes even more sense. So it's a no-brainer for him to wind up in Dallas to me. So, okay, so let's assume that he does. Okay, well, guess what? They had Odell Beckham Jr. coming out to surgeries at the age of 30, has to learn on the offense. He has the talent and the ability to make an impact, absolutely. But the Eagles had Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and Quez Watkins in the running game, and they've got their own guys, okay? So do I think Odell will wind up in Dallas? Eventually, they're the favorite. Yes, I do believe that.
Shefty, when looking at the opponent coming up this week, the Packers, they're 4-7. They still have Aaron Rodgers, but something has clearly gone wrong in Green Bay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, I think it's a few things. First of all, because you play well one year doesn't ensure that you will play well another. You lose a guy who was such an important cog in their offense, in Devontae Adams. I mean, his target share was enormous. His production was off the charts. His dependability factor was immense. And so you tell me who's taking up the role for him in that, and nobody has right now. And then the offensive line had injuries, and the defense, I don't think, has performed to its ability. That was touted as a unit. That would be one of the best in football. They've allocated a lot of resources there, especially through the draft. And it's been a decent defense, but it hasn't been a great defense. And they've had some injuries there. So it's just one of those years where it just hasn't gotten rolling for them at all. And all you have to do is watch the body language of the quarterback on the football field to see it. That's it. Just watch him. You could see it. He's frustrated.
I guarantee you somebody in your conversations this week has discussed around the NFL Nick Sirianni jumping up on the bench. This sheesh is for Frank Reich. We talked about it. What did you think? What did you think about that? It was so odd to see that. That really was something that I've never seen really from NFL head coaches getting into it with the fans. And we heard the audio now. He was getting into it with opposing fans.
Well, it wasn't his post-game press conference?
No, this was on the field. He jumped up on the bench, and then he ran over to the stands, and he said...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he ran over to the stands and told the fans, this sheesh, I'm going to use sheesh, is for Frank Reich. I was shocked because, honestly, I can understand he has a personal motivation to want to see Frank Reich. He loves the man and he respects him. But I don't want to hear about the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles like going on a diatribe about how another team hires or fires their coach and what that motivation meant to him. I'm like, I want you to coach the Eagles. Have your head in coaching the Eagles. Yeah. Stop worrying about the Colts.
Well, again, that was somebody that was really important in his career and his life. And so, if somebody fired your friend and you had a chance to, in whatever line of work it is, go up against them, you probably would take it personally. But that's fine. You can take it personally. You can be angry at the Colts, the organization you're going against. But in my mind, there's no reason to verbalize that to fans. You have to understand that everything you do and say is going to be captured, right? So,
yes.
You love the fire. That's one of the reasons that the city loves him as head coach. It's one of the reasons he's been successful as a head coach. But there's also a certain way to carry. That's not the spot to do that. Save that emotion and fire and intensity for your team, your locker room, your sideline, not for the opposing fans.
Hey, Adam, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and it's been a while for you guys, so enjoy your time together, and we'll look forward to talking to you about the 10-1 Eagles next week.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you, to everybody out there. I hope it's a joyous, blessed day for everybody.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Adam joined us because of Landis Block and Concrete, which will help you create your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise. They did it for us. Go to landisbc.com. It may be warm enough tomorrow that we could actually sit outside on the beautiful new
Really? It's supposed
outdoor
to be
patio.
that warm?
Like 50, I think like 52, 53. Is that
That's
too
fine.
cold for you?
No. Well, anything below 60, I'm not outside.
So you're not outside below 60.
I'm a warm weather guy.
That is
you know
incredible.
me.
Pat, you're not I mean, if it's sunny and warm, like yesterday was nice and warm.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Like yesterday wasn't a bad day. I don't think we'll be sitting outside much.
I'll talk to you in June.
Yeah, you'll be ready in June.
I'm probably not going to be outside too much. No, I'll walk the dog. That's about it.
There you go. And the dog doing well, by the way?
Yeah, he's back to normal. He's back to barking in our face and driving.
So what did
us
he
nuts.
eat? Do you think
we don't
he
know.
ate something?
We think he had a stomach ulcer. Luckily, he didn't need surgery, but he spent about 3 days in the pet hospital, and looks like he's back to being good.
Gotta love him. Hey, the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. Odds, slots, bets, and games all coming together in perfect harmony right in your pocket. Download it now at betparks.com. I've officially placed 8 wagers on tomorrow's 3 games.
You bet against the
all different.
no
Put all
Philly
kinds of
teams
things
playing,
together.
so there wasn't an easy
there's
team
nothing
to bet
go
against.
So plenty of stuff there. It's game time though. Your chance to win fabulous prizes. Call us now. Get online. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Be a part of it. It's game time on the John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. Look, we all love our pets. We were just talking about pets. And at Pets Plus Naturals, they've made it their mission to save as many cats and dogs as possible. And right now, after the storms down south, there's lots of beautiful animals that need a great home. Pets Plus is not a dog or cat that you buy. It's a dog or cat that you adopt instead. And these animals are saved from a shelter, brought to Pets Plus, where they're cared for by vets, given proper nutrition, a lot of love. They're in tip-top shape. And around the holidays, they would love to spend it with your family. If you've considered adopting a dog or a cat to the family this holiday season, visit adoptinstead.org, adoptinstead.org, and see all the animals that the folks at Pets Plus have rescued that are ready to settle into your home. It's going to change your lives. You're going to love them. And Pets Plus Naturals has been locally owned and operated for over 30 years, locations all over the area. But there's bound to be a Pets Plus Naturals near you, featuring free delivery in some areas. Visit petsplusnaturals.com.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic and the American Association for Cancer Research present Giving Tuesday Live with the John Kincade Show.
Tuesday morning, November 29th, in our new performance center inside the 97.5 The Fanatic studios.
Tickets to this special intimate experience are $50 and very limited.
All proceeds will benefit the AACR.
Your ticket will include breakfast from Pagano's Market, a live viewing of the John Kincade Show, meet and greet with John, Bob, Pat, and some surprise guests.
And everyone who attends will get prizes and gifts from Rally House and Steven Singer Jewelers. Plus, chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets.
Keep them for yourself or give them as gifts this holiday season to keep the giving going. Giving Tuesday Live with the John Kincade Show, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research, because cancer research saves lives.
Get tickets and complete details now at 975thefanatic.com.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for only $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, take advantage of our special holiday offer by December 4th and ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. And subject to change.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Get ultra strong for your South Pole. Charmin keeps your undies whiter than the North Pole. A shiny hiney, a brand new year. Call it a Charmin. Happy New Year. Charmin, clean, merry, and bright. May all your undies be Charmin, clean white.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
This week at Staples, save 60% on.
Thanks for your business this year.
Save 60% on.
Happy holidays, Nana.
Save 60% on.
You are cordially invited.
Right now at Staples, you can save 60% on custom printed holiday cards and invitations. So you can say, thanks for a great year, happy holidays, or come on over, all for less. For everything you need printed this holiday, go to Staples, the working and learning store. In-store and online. Ends 12/3. Exclusions and restrictions apply.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Why is that? Well, if you ask someone with one of the latest and greatest phones from Cricket, they might tell you it's because of the amazing phones. Like the new iPhone 14 that lets you capture stunning photos in low and bright light. Plus, they'd probably tell you about the fast nationwide 5G included with all plans that lets you stream, text, talk, and more, all at 5G speeds. Yeah, they might mention something like that. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Experience the holidays at the Reading Terminal Market. Termini Brothers Bakery are a long-standing holiday tradition. Made the same way for over 90 years, no one makes Italian pastries and cannolis like Termini's. Add spice to your holiday meals and let the good times roll at Beck's Cafe. Chef Bill Beck brings the flavorful and spicy Cajun flavors of New Orleans to Philadelphia. Find his authentic menu items at Reading Terminal Market. And join 97.5 The Fanatic's Anthony Gargano as he broadcasts live from the market this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
You need a lawyer? Here's something to consider. Jeff Rosenbaum of Rosenbaum Injury Law started in Philly 30 years ago. But John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan is from Florida and just opened a Philly office in 2017. Yep, John Morgan is from Florida and not licensed to practice law in Pennsylvania. Jeff Rosenbaum personally meets with his clients. If you're injured in Pennsylvania, I'd stick with a hometown team. Rosenbaum Injury Law, not from Florida.
Come, revel, and make memories with Men in Blazers as they embark on their nationwide celebration of soccer on Friday, November 25th at the Theater of Living Arts. Their goal is to raise a glass and relive the day's action in the company of a slew of special guests. No matter what happens on the field, we can win the match together. Don't miss Men in Blazers on Friday, November 25th at the Theater of Living Arts. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
The holidays will be here before you know it, and these deals will be gone before you know it. Don't miss Hellsberg Diamonds' The Best Deals of the Year Black Friday sale. Up to 60% off for a limited time on sparkling diamond hoops and studs. And can't miss gifts like beautiful diamond pendants and tennis bracelets. And here's a gift for you, a free Nintendo Switch Lite with a purchase of $699.99 or more. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you. Offer valid November 22nd through November 30th while supplies last. See online or in-store for details.
'Tis the season of snow blowers and generators. Lawn and Golf Supply in Phoenixville has every size snowblower in stock right now. Lawn and Golf also specializes in parts and services to keep your equipment running smoothly throughout all seasons. Now to the end of the year, Lawn and Golf is running specials on overflow inventory from spring and summer. I'm talking riding and zero-turn mowers. Go to lawn-golf.com for all your outdoor equipment needs. That's lawn-golf.com. Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville has you covered for all seasons.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. The world's biggest soccer tournament is back, and FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, wants you to get in all the action when America takes the pitch. Because when you bet on Team USA in group play, all customers get free bets back if they don't win. All tournament long, FanDuel has all your favorite types, including some that are exclusive to soccer. Plus, just like any other sport, you can combine those bets for a chance at a bigger payday with a same-game parlay. However you want to play, be sure to back the red, white, and blue. I know I will, because all customers get free bets back if Team USA doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic. If you don't already have an account, that's promo code Fanatic, and make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
21 plus and present PA. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet ranging from $5 to $100. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I've got a dog named after Nick Foles. You can't get more Philly than that. We're always loving the backup quarterback.
How's everyone doing?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Huntington Valley Bank is fast growing, and it's the best bank for your business, celebrating 150 years as a top contender in local banking. Check those folks out. They're great. Pat, as a novice gambler like I am, what does the Sixers getting 4 points tonight at Charlotte mean to you? What does that line say to you? Yeah. Like Connor's looking at it as, wow. I look at that as a Charlotte line.
Probably.
I look at that as a
way.
line that says the Sixers might.
And those are the ones that I like to attack in the opposite direction.
But I'm wagering on the Sixers.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to wager on the Sixers, so it'll be good there. I'll give the Sixers a chance to win the game.
Welcome to the party.
And then maybe go the over, too. Over 214.5. Yeah, whatever. I'll go with that.
That's
Let's just
such a
do it.
crapshoot.
Let's have some fun. Hey, you know what's fun? Game time.
It is fun.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun.
And we're going to start right now.
It's a special Wednesday edition of Game Time.
Wednesday.
Today we are playing Thanks or Giving. Now here's your master of ceremonies, a man who knows how to stuff the bird, whose giblets are small, and who likes to dress up like a pilgrim. Well, that's it. He just likes to dress up like a pilgrim. Pat Egan.
There he is. He's Pat Egan, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Pat.
Yes,
Hey, Patty.
thanks or giving. You can get in the phone line 610-632-0975.
I have no idea what this is going to be.
I'll explain in a minute. Prizes today. We have a case of Bud Light. We have Black Adam on digital. We have a digital copy of Swagger. And we have a pair of tickets for Men in Blazers Live. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to give the caller a description of a movie. And they just have to tell me. They don't have to tell me what movie it is. They just have to tell me if the movie has thanks in the title or giving in the title. That is it. You're going on the description.
This is a wild game. Do they have a lifeline,
they have a
with
lifeline.
us?
They can use John because Connor helped me out with it.
Okay, so it's got to be me that helps.
Got to be you, all right?
Not
So
a big movie guy, but I think this will be a fun game.
Yeah, now look, once again.
50-50 shot.
You just have to tell me if thanks is in the title or giving. It's that simple.
This is great.
And you can get in at 610-632-0975. Let's kick it off with Jim in the Northeast.
Hi, Jim. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning.
All right, Jimmy, let's see if we can win. You got a lifeline with me if you want it.
All right, Jim. The description of the movie is it's a romantic comedy that brings together three desperate characters who are learning to face a challenging and often confusing world as they struggle together against a common demon, sex addiction. Now, is that thanks or is that a giving movie? And once again, you can use use John as a lifeline.
I'm going to have to reach out to John.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
thanks
my
or
gosh.
giving?
You haven't seen this one, Johnny?
50 chance here.
No, I have not. I don't. Well, no,
I'll say thanks, Pat.
Go. He says thanks.
Was a thanks movie.
Hey, look
It
at that.
was indeed. It was, of course, the Oscar-winning movie Thanks for Sharing 2018, starring Tim Robbins, Mark Ruffalo.
Did
Actually,
not
a pretty
see
good
it.
You
cast.
see it? Ruffalo, Tim Robbins?
I did not see it.
6.4 out of 10
Dufresne
right
in
now.
there?
So you're
Wow.
Jim is going to end up winning a case of Bud Light. He can join me this Saturday from 7 to 9 for the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series at the Grog in Bryn Mawr. Great location.
Oh, it's a great spot.
Went there last year. Excited to go back. I've got your chance to win Eagles-Titans tickets or in a Kobe Dean autographed football courtesy of Bud Light. Plus, you can enjoy $2 Bud Light drafts.
Great
All
deal.
right, let's keep it rolling to Melody in Philly.
Love that name. Melody, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
What a great name.
All right, Melody. The description of your movie is a homicidal turkey axes off college kids during Thanksgiving break. What do you think that is? Is that a giving movie or a thanks movie? And you can use John as a lifeline if you want.
I don't think I've ever seen this. Have you, John?
I have not, but I have a feeling.
You're not a big homicidal turkey movie guy?
But I have a feeling since there's a homicidal turkey in it, my guess, Melody, would be that it would be a thanks movie.
You want to go with that?
Like thanks,
let's do it.
like thanks for nothing.
Was a thanks movie.
There we go. What was it called?
It was indeed. It was called Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
You guys have never seen Thanksgiving?
2018.
No.
It starred Wanda Lust and Natasha Cordova.
Wait a minute. Is that wait a minute.
No, it's not.
It's not a porn movie?
It's a horror movie.
Wanda Lust?
Apparently, it wasn't very good because it only had a 4.1 out of 10.
They made 3 of them.
But it was good enough to win Melody. Black Adam on digital nearly 5,000 years after being bestowed with powers of gods and then immediately imprisoned. Black Adam is now free to unleash his unique justice to the world. Own it on digital now. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go to John in the Northeast.
Is it, by the way, is it Black Adam or Atom?
Adam.
A-D-A.
I have not heard of this movie either.
It's The Rock.
A-T-O.
Oh, I haven't heard of this movie.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Not
cool.
heard of it. All right, John in the Northeast. John, what's going on, brother?
Good morning, guys. Thanksgiving sounds amazing.
It does sound stupid.
It does, yes. All right, your movie is a horde of zombies attacks a small town where a brave heroine saves the day with quick thinking and some extra effort. Is that a thanks movie or is that a giving movie?
I think that's got giving written all over it.
Let's find out.
That was a giving movie.
Of course it is. Yes, it starred Nikki Rhodes and Claire Danes.
Wait a minute.
and Rebecca Page and Kyler Reese. It, of course, is the almost Oscar-winning movie Night of the Giving Head. Couldn't find a rating on it. Hear good things, though, but it also won John a prize. It's going to win him a digital copy of Swagger from legendary head football coach and Fox NFL Sunday analyst Jimmy Johnson. Comes his long-awaited memoir, Swagger, the in-depth account of his extraordinary coaching career, the Miami Hurricanes, Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins. Available now wherever books are sold. Yeah.
There we go.
Night of the Living Head.
That is great.
Let's go to Scott in Warminster. I bet you Scott's probably seen that
Scotty,
one.
how are you, buddy?
Doing good, my man. How you doing?
Let's see if we can get you a winner today.
Scott, tell me if this is a thanks or it's a giving. A woman struggles with some of the tough decisions life can bring as she wrestles with the idea of a healthy back and forth in her relationship with a new lover. Is that a thanks or is that a giving?
That sounds like a Lifetime movie to me. That's got to be a thanks.
All right, let's find out.
That was a giving movie.
I apologize. No, Scott. Now, I don't know if it was on Lifetime, but Giving Up That Ass Volume 3 did have rave reviews after the first two were so successful, yes. So I apologize. That was a loser. 610-632.
How did he not know the title of that movie?
He might have seen Volume 2, not seen 3. It's a different description.
It's a possibility, right?
They get tricky.
Let's go to John in Norristown in this one. John.
What's up, John?
What's going on, guys?
All right, your movie is 3 drag queens travel cross-country until their car breaks down, leaving them stranded in a small town. Which one is this? Is it a thanks or a giving?
Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar, so thanks.
That was a thanks movie.
Whoa! John, you knew the movie.
Not only did he nail it, he nailed the movie. Yes, it is Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything. It starred Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, 1995, 6.6 out of 10.
Wow, John, you knew that.
Look at that.
John, by the way.
John, I'll tell you what, because you knew the movie, I'll give
something
you
really good.
I'll give you your choice. You can either have a case of Bud Light, you can have Black Adam on digital, you can have the copy of Swagger, or you can have a pair of tickets to go see Men in Blazers live.
I was going to go for something for my girlfriend, but I'll go with Black Adam on digital.
There you go.
There you go. Look at that.
I'll put that on. John, by the way, Julie Newmar. Poor Connor doesn't know Julie Newmar.
No, I got no idea.
Heavy Chevy probably doesn't know Julie Newmar. She was Catwoman on Batman. And she was...
The only Catwoman I recognize is Halle Berry.
Well, Catwoman, Julie Newmar was Catwoman. And I would just tell you, well worth Googling.
I'll do a search.
Julie Newmar.
We have 2 more left.
Where are we going?
Right, so let's go to Deke in North Wales.
Hi, Deke. Good morning, buddy.
Yo, what's going on?
All right,
Deke's got a good voice.
Deke, I know you've seen this one now. A young man comes to terms with his father's new relationship. After divorce, he learns to share space with a new maternal figure in his life after his mother just seemingly left the family. Which is this? Is it a thanks movie or a giving movie?
Oh, that's a giving movie, baby.
Oh,
do you know it?
Was a giving movie.
Yeah, is it the one when the son starts hooking up with his stepmother?
I think that's basically the premise. It's called Giving My Stepmom What She Needs, and I don't think it was a turkey. Yeah, so he just ended up winning a pair of tickets to go see Men in Blazers live. This cup's for you at the TLA on Friday. Tickets are now on sale at KimmelCulturalCampus.org. Let's get one more in here. All right, one more.
I saw a movie like that, but then...
Have you?
I've seen a few of them.
I've seen the previews of it. There's a movie on either it's Netflix or something.
I don't think they make previews of those, Johnny.
Where the son starts making eyes at the new stepmother. And I think I know where it's leading.
Yeah, you can find it on Lobster Tube for sure. I don't know about Netflix.
There we go.
Let's go to the last one. Matt on the cell, okay? Matt.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how we doing?
We're great. We're in a giving mood. Now, tell me, if this last movie is thanks or giving, 9 former schoolmates are invited to a cabin for a reunion. Ooh, boy. But their hostess commits suicide. They all try to find out the reason why. Is that thanks or is that giving?
Giving.
Let's find out.
That was a giving movie.
What's the title?
Yes, this one's called The Giving Tree. They weren't all dirty, of course. Now, this was 2000. Christina Applegate, Justin Lazard, 4.0 out of 10. Movie sucked, but it's good enough to win Matt a case of Bud Light. He can join me this Saturday from 7 to 9 for the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series at the Grog in Bryn Mawr.
There was only one miss in there.
Justin Lazard was in that movie?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him in anything since Central Park West.
Yeah, I'm telling you cannot.
He does not have a great IMDb, Justin Lazard.
I looked. You cannot find that one on Lobster Tube, but all the other Giving movies you can indeed find at least a clip or two on Lobster Tube.
You can.
Can't believe we just batted like 900.
That was really good. People did really well.
Well, I think the majority of our listeners know about Giving, and the rest of them knew about Giving Thanks.
Giving Thanks. That's great. The grog, by the way, you might maybe Chief Dan will come up. His firehouse is like a block away. Maybe Chief Dan will roll in. Maybe he'll roll in and,
Last year was a lot of fun. I had a lot of
it's a great spot,
from the YouTube community come out. We hung out. It was a good time.
It's a great spot.
The 2 hours went by very quick, and then I hit up ice cream afterwards, which was good.
By the way, Doc's watching at work this morning. He is watching at work this morning when he's supposed to be working.
What do you say, Doc?
He says he's bringing Tupperware so we don't have to throw anything out.
That's a foxhole move.
See, my wife would load him up with everything to take home anyway, so that's great. So he's bringing the Tupperware. And him and Cousin Dan both told me that the store on Route 1 that I was talking about, Pat, up near the stadium and Route 1 is now a Kohl's. But it was a Clover at one time.
I know where the Kohl's is. Yeah, I know where the Kohl's is.
It's the Kohl's.
Yeah.
Well, that used
Kohl's
to be
is fire.
That was a Kohl's. Yeah, Kohl's is. I'll tell you this: when you hit a Kohl's, sometimes you can really hit it at the perfect sweet spot, and there's like just great stuff.
It's
everywhere.
the Dave and Buster's of department stores. They give you their own cash, so you come back and you spend more. It's genius.
See, I like Marshalls.
Love Kohl's.
I love the Marshalls TJ Maxx, and there's just where you can find a name brand thing that maybe last year's color. As my daughter will remind me, like she'll go, Dad, that's like what the kids were wearing last year. I don't care about that.
You can wear whatever color.
I'll get it whatever it is. We'll get it going.
Get out of here.
Well, people, look, 18-year-olds pull that crap. They do.
Oh, this year blue is in.
They do.
No.
Remember when there was the the season or two of the fluorescent like Sharpie colors?
No, not really.
In like Under Armour and Nike and all them went with the they went with like fluorescent colors like 6 years back.
Yeah. I thought that was just Oregon.
You know, every 12-year-old was walking around looking like a highlighter.
And then Dad got a couple as pool, stuff to wear to and from the pool, things like that.
Never a good look.
And she's like, Dad, that was like a year ago. People liked it, and then they didn't like it. That's why you don't see them on the shelves this year.
Well, no, that's a good indication. Like when you start wearing it, that's a good indication the trend is over.
The trend is done.
Yeah,
at that point, could really work.
It's like saying the word lit. All of a sudden.
Are you lit?
No,
we don't say lit anymore.
Lit.
No,
When
not
did lit go out of style.
Well, when we started saying it, Connor.
There you go. Do you think that the Eagles coaches resent the way that they're being represented, that they were represented as winning last season? That they were winning just because they were run. All they did was run the ball, and then when they ran the ball, they won, and that's the only reason they won, and it salvaged the season. Because it sure seems to me that despite knowing they have one of the best offensive lines in football and a great running game, that they don't lean on it enough and line up and just run the damn ball. And I wonder, could it be an ego thing?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's a generational thing. I think it's a really young coaching staff who came up in the NFL where throwing the ball is uber important, who came up in the age where quarterbacks are the end-all, be-all. And last year they ran the ball so much because they had to, because Jalen Hurts wasn't at this point yet in his career. So I don't think it's an ego thing. I think it's we always wanted to run the offense this way, and now we're able to because we have A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts has taken this huge step, and you have these new weapons. So I don't think it's ego. I think it's opportunity to do what they originally were going to set out to do and just couldn't last year.
So you don't think it bothered them that, like, Pat, do you think it bothered Sirianni that everybody said, well, when Sirianni gave up play calling and they just ran the football, they made the playoffs? I would think it would be human nature that you would be like, hey.
Yeah, I think it'd be human nature to be a little.
I'm going to show you this year.
At least a little bit.
Yes. And I would, and by the way, I would be that way. I'm not attacking it.
Yeah, we're not.
I would feel that way.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we're saying that it was the driving force behind how he coaches this year, but in the back of his mind when he probably hears it, it's very similar to how Howie Roseman was videotaped on the sideline. I forget what game. I think it might have been Dallas. No, it was an away game. Where
the Houston game where you're forgiven?
Yeah, and he said, like, you're all forgiven. It's like, forgiven for what?
I gave you your first Super Bowl. Shut up.
Exactly. And I think it's similar to that of, well, it wasn't just me giving up play calling. There were some other factors that ran into it. it does lend a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Credence to that idea.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know how I'm feeling about it. It's like
No, I get what you're saying.
The idea is that because there are times this year when I've wanted them to just line up and lean on people, especially with a lead, and run the football when they haven't.
Yeah, but I just don't think the thought process is, hey, we've got to prove we can win this way, and it's not just running the football. I think it was their nature coming in. And we heard this about Nick Sirianni when he came in, about he wants to throw the football. That's why we questioned so much about Jalen Hurts being the guy, and is Russell Wilson the guy to bring in? Is Aaron Rodgers a guy to look to bring in? And now they just have the opportunity to do it. So I think they could have. If they had the opportunity last year, they would have done it that way last year too. So I don't think it's an ego thing.
Were you surprised by Adam's answer about the Sirianni thing at the very end about going up on the bench and going on? And now we found out he didn't go over to celebrate with the Eagles fans. He went over and and it was probably, Pat, as you well pointed out, it was probably some real throaty, obnoxious Colts fans
all game
that were all game going, Jeff Saturday's beating your ass.
Yeah, we're better
Nick.
off.
Yeah, say hello to your boy Frank Reich. And he let it get the best of him because people were trying to depict it as he came over to celebrate with the Eagles fans.
Yeah, I didn't get that impression at all.
He looked angry.
When he turned around, yeah,
he looked angry.
That was an FU attitude.
And now we know because we've heard the audio. He went over to taunt opposing fans. Now, he may have been taunted the whole game. But as I said to Bob I asked him many times, NBA coaches are taunted all game long. And they could reach back 2 rows sometimes and get to the person taunting them, and they can't. NBA players have the worst of it with taunting. They hear it all the time. They can hear it 3 rows back, 10 rows back. They hear everything. I thought Adam, not just because he agreed with my point of view on this, but the idea is an NFL coach can't let that happen. And I know people are like, it's so cool, it's so awesome.
Yeah,
and I'm
I love
like,
it.
It's never been a thing for a reason.
Right. I get what you're saying about the action. For me, what lets me give him the pass on it is what he was saying, why he was doing it. I think if they were just saying, oh, Sirianni, you suck, like you can't coach, this, that, and the other thing, that would feel more selfish. The fact that he's looking at it and he has that type of emotional reaction to someone talking about a mentor of his tells me why people want to play for him and how much he cares about people around him. If it was about him, it would bother me more than the fact that he was trying to defend a friend that he felt was wrong.
I just think, though, and it's the idea still, it just doesn't sit with me, is that it shows me that during games, Nick Sirianni's not totally focused on the game.
Well, he's not calling the plays.
I don't think he's not focused. I think it's impossible at times to not hear what people are saying. I think you're focused, but it's the dude behind you screaming the same insult over and over again. He must have been. They won the game, and he must have been a little focused.
No, I understand. It was a badly.
Oh, it wasn't a good game. I didn't have fun watching it.
It was a poorly coached game and a poorly strategized game.
But I don't think that this is any different than any other road game. No, I think it was more emotional for him with the Frank Reich thing. But you're right. The coaches get it every week. This is the first time he's lashed out. The idea that he hasn't gone on the road and coached in New York and coached on the road in Dallas and coached in some hostile situations before this, really hasn't gotten the best of them yet. This was the one time, and I think it was the emotional thing with Frank Reich.
The only time I've ever seen a coach do this, and I've seen it a few times, is running off the field as they're getting harassed heading into the locker room.
Right.
I've seen a give and take where someone will wave a finger, especially NBA coaches have done it.
Yeah.
Many, many times. I've never seen the jump up on the bench, then run to the stands, I've never seen that in my life.
He's a more emotional, eccentric guy than your average coach.
It was a big win, too.
Yeah.
It was a big win. It was a critical win also.
Listen, if he keeps winning, we're all right.
It's a critical win. And that was something that was really obviously very important to him. But interesting give and take on that all around. By the way, if you haven't gotten your tickets, you've still got some time. Giving Tuesday Live comes up next Tuesday, live in our new Performance Center inside the Fanatic Studios. It's a special broadcast. A $50 donation to the AACR gets you breakfast from Pagano's, live viewing of the show. You get a $25 gift card to Rally House and a great gift from Steven Singer Jewelers. It's going to be awesome. Limited seats. There's still some seats available, but you want to get in now. Get tickets and complete details at 97.5thefanatic.com. Get yourself in, and we look forward to seeing you there coming up next Tuesday. All right. Could we even get more thankful? We'll talk about it next. John Kincade Show, final hour coming your way on 97.5 The Fanatic. And with the cold weather arriving, a bunch of my neighbors were saying that their furnaces in brand new homes are already giving them problems. And I'm like, well, you didn't talk to H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, did you? You haven't been listening to me. You didn't contact DelcoHVAC.com and gotten your $59 gas furnace tune-up that includes a carbon monoxide safety check. It's important that you get a maintenance system on these systems so they're running at their best. This is your official reminder. For $59, you can make sure that it's not going to crap out on you Thanksgiving morning, Christmas morning, or over the holidays. They deliver fast, friendly, and honest service. It may be why they've got over 1,000 five-star reviews online and this glowing one from the Kincades. Contact DelcoHVAC.com. You need a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor. I can tell you can trust the Hoax. They're awesome. DelcoHVAC.com. Tell them I sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Looks like I'm in for a bad hair day.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The Bet Parks app is fun to use. Build around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the Bet Parks app today. The Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bet Parks is all about football. The Bet Parks Sportsbook app hooks you up every weekend with special promos on college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays. Every Saturday, Bet Parks offers a special half the spread promo on one select college football game, and they cut the spread in half at the same odds. Every Sunday, Bet Parks presents the double the spread promo on one select pro football game and doubles the spread at the same odds. Check out details at the Bet Parks app, at Bet Parks on Twitter, or betparks.com. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network and the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Cuz. I hate to say it, but winter's coming. So don't worry. Do what I did and be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Every Aaron's two-stage snow throw is handcrafted in the USA with powerful engines that won't bog down in any condition. I love my Aaron's snow thrower, especially when I need it most to get me cleared out and on the road fast. Aaron's builds the toughest machines for the worst conditions with a model to fit every need. Throw back when old man winter dishes out with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
It's cuz you know how much I love locally owned and operated businesses here in Philadelphia. So when I found out that Peruzzi Automotive Group and Peruzzi Nissan wanted to be part of the Anthony Gargano show, I was thrilled. Fred Peruzzi, his family, they've been owners for over 40 years. These guys have been a pillar of the community. They themselves supporting local business. That's how they live their mission. Our business is you. The newer certified pre-owned vehicle on your list is at Peruzzi Nissan right now. Visit them on Lincoln Highway in Fairless Hills or at any time at PeruzziNissan.com. And remember, at Peruzzi, our business is you.
It's Black Friday deal days at CJ's Tire and Automotive. Now through November 30th, CJ's has instant savings on their most popular tires. This is the last big savings event of the year. That means it's your last chance to get a great deal on new tires and be prepared for the winter weather ahead. CJ's Black Friday deal days ends Wednesday, November 30th. Get your best deal right now at any of CJ's 17 area locations, or shop and reserve your tires online at cjtire.com. CJ's Tire and Automotive. Better, faster, and more affordable.
Experience the holidays at the Reading Terminal Market. Molly Malloy's serving up comfort cuisine in a welcoming setting. You'll find hearty meals, all-day breakfast, scratch-made sides, sweet and savory Pop-Tarts, and a rotating tap list. Chef Beth Esposito will soon open the highly anticipated Butcher's Pantry, selling ready-to-cook meats and house-made spice blends. Try her turducken meatballs. They're awesome. Join 97.5 The Fanatic's Anthony Gargano as he broadcasts live from the market this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
It's that time of year again. What you've all been waiting for. The countdown's officially over. The best season ever is here. That's right. Free Coffee Tuesdays for Wawa Rewards members are back. So enjoy a hot coffee or a handcrafted iced coffee on us every Tuesday with the Wawa app. It's just one more way Wawa tries to make your day. Free Coffee Tuesdays, only for Wawa Rewards members. Whatever you're planning this fall, cater it with Wawa and get 10% off your order. Tailgate spread, Friendsgiving, business meeting, evenings around the fire pit. Cater Wawa with a click and get all your Wawa favorites, from hoagies, soft pretzels, and cookies to Sizzlies, donuts, and coffee. Use promo code GATHER10 at checkout to get 10% off your catering order. All at WawaCatering.com. Gotta have a Wawa.
With the right treatment and support, recovery from addiction is not just possible, it is probable. Millions of Americans have gone on to live fulfilling lives in recovery from addiction. You can start your journey to recovery today. Call 1-800-662-4357 for drug and alcohol treatment and support services in your area. Recovery starts with a call. Contact 1-800-662-HELP today.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
I slept in the nude last night. Felt every little breeze.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. The 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's, and for details, go to Bagster.com. And today, you must, if you have the opportunity, get down to Reading Terminal Market and go see Anthony Gargano. He's the mayor of the market. And literally, it will be a fun time.
You can bond over my meatballs.
Yeah, you could. There's lots of things you can do there. I'm not telling people, Pat, what they have to do when they go.
You do whatever you want. There's something for everybody at the Reading Terminal Market.
Now, Connor, have you still to this moment have not gone?
No, Bob promised he was going to take me, and we haven't gone.
Well, now you can go. Today, Anthony's there.
I can't go today. I'll be producing the best show ever.
Well, don't you have to go home and then go back?
But I don't have time in between to go gallivanting around the market. I got to record Locked On Phillies podcast.
Well, that's good.
Shower and change and then come back.
Okay, what is the Locked On Phillies podcast got going on right now, by the way, for those who have not subscribed?
We're talking a lot about the Dave Dombrowski extension, some free agent profilings, and we're starting a new thing where we're looking at the needs of other teams in the NL East and how they cross over with the Phillies, who their big competitors are going to be going after some of these top free agents.
See Dansby Swanson out there being lazy. During, I don't know if that turned.
What's he doing?
What, he's out on the boat hanging out?
No, he's getting ready for his wedding. 2 weeks from Saturday. So he's getting married in a few weeks, but he's out in a boat and he's out gallivanting with his buddies and everything like that.
November.
I mean,
what do you want to do?
You know, I mean, I don't
want that. I don't want a guy like that. You're gallivanting.
I'm setting Pat up for it.
You're planning a wedding, but you should be out there hitting some baseballs off the tee.
He should be married to the game.
He is married.
Unbelievable.
He is married to the game.
You guys remember
Clearly not, because he's getting divorced from the game.
Do you guys remember Scott Matheson like way back.
Scott
from,
Matheson.
Like, the mid 2000s. He was always supposed to be like the future future closer for the Phillies. He was always an overhyped reliever, but he got married.
Did his elbow blow up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think he ended up in Japan.
Right.
But he got married, went to Hawaii for his honeymoon, and left one morning. And his then wife said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I got to throw a bullpen." He went and found a high school catcher and found a bullpen
in Hawaii.
In Hawaii, yeah.
Gotta get your work in.
Through a bullpen session in Hawaii. That's dedication. Now that guy ended up.
I don't think Mallory is going to put up with that for Dansby, but I think that look, she's when you're that power couple thing. I think that she's handled the wedding though, so he's just got to show up.
So he's just
he's just got to show up for the wedding. Yeah, and show up.
I don't know. I'd let the guy enjoy his wedding a little bit. I think that's okay.
In all seriousness,
he's having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, and also he knows he's making bank either way. Somebody's signing him.
Yeah, exactly.
That dude's getting a hundo mill somewhere.
He's sitting in though. I really believe though, and I think it's a good thing. I think the Braves are losing him. I think he's leaving.
So what I would do if I were him personally, is I would send an invitation to. Let's say there's 4 teams that are heavily interested in him. I'd send an invitation to each one of their GMs to the wedding, and I put them all at a table.
Because it is like that's a great idea.
Let's see what the gift looks like.
Because it is like it is a power couple wedding in sports. Mal, a Neutrogena model and a U.S. Women's soccer star, and Dansby now a hot sought after free agent.
Yeah, can she play on the men's team on Friday?
She could probably do better than what I saw the other day. That sucked.
Wales.
It wasn't fun.
It sucked.
Wales.
And anybody
animal,
spinning it elsewhere.
Low-tier country, and you tie.
I mean, seriously.
Whales are not a low-tier animal.
We're anti all whales until they get out of this.
Why? Whales are a great animal.
It's a cool animal, man.
But are they
sperm whale?
Oh my! The
blue whale.
The whale is a dominant feature that never has to. He never has to flex, or she. They never have to flex that they are.
How do you know they're not always flex?
I think just their appearance causes other people to flee. Right?
Speak whale.
They
like Dory from Finding Nemo.
Don't they go?
Oh,
that's a dolphin.
We're gonna sit here and act like Free Willy didn't shape part of our childhood. Okay, we can sit there and act like that.
I like
so foolish, but that's
I
fine.
like
whales,
the whale.
They put whales in our group. I'm anti-Free Willy. I want not Free Willy. Jail Willy.
You want Jail Willy?
Yes. Until we're out of the group.
You were sitting there hoping the guys actually caught the whale in the movie.
hope that jump isn't far enough. I hope he takes out the kid with him.
All right, can we agree? Stupid premise. The resolution of that movie.
Yeah, it was exactly. Yeah, it's a
stupid
typical,
premise.
I would say it's a typical like '90s movie that just like didn't age well, but I feel like most movies are probably stupid premise, stupid ending.
Well, I mean, you can watch. The thing is, though, you could watch a '90s movie. You could watch Mighty Ducks and laugh your ass off today.
Well, I do. Yeah,
I know, but I bet Jack would love Mighty Ducks.
He does.
It's
like he watches it all the time.
That movie has held its value.
Yeah, that movie, The Big Green. He loves The Big Green. Loves
that's
the
fun.
Sandlot.
Sandlot's fun.
You introduced him to Air Bud yet?
I'm not done.
Do not introduce him though to Bad News Bears.
Not yet.
Because I think it's a little crude.
Yeah, not
for
yet.
a little kid. Even though Thanksgiving tradition tomorrow night will be.
Got to learn those words eventually, John.
What I should do is though I should show him at least the introduction to Kelly Leak of That's a Bad Mother.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I bought a nickel from him last week. He said if I don't have a dime by Friday, he'd break my arm, because that's a teaching moment for kids.
That is a teaching moment. Don't borrow money.
No, I would say lend out your money, but back it up.
Hey, I know that the Thanksgiving tradition of Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo, the special kicks off the holiday season tomorrow night, pissing off my wife. That my daughter and I love to watch the South Park Mr. Hanky Christmas special every Thanksgiving night just to kick off the holiday season, and my wife is so appalled she leaves the room.
It's good to have tradition.
Yeah.
That is a good, and it's a
heck of a tradition, but
it's a father-daughter tradition.
Yeah.
Is there a Family Guy Christmas episode?
I don't know.
For sure.
Because we love Family Guy.
Multiple. They've been on the air for like
No, but I mean a
15
real good one, like a one that I have to see because I
don't know.
We love watching Family Guy, too.
There probably is one out there that's pretty good.
Hey, ditch travel hassles and relax on the way to see your winter getaway. Get aboard Amtrak. Stress-free travel is just an Amtrak away. You can book now at Amtrak.com. Okay, what are the chances, by the way, Sixers Hornets tonight at 7 on The Fanatic. What are the chances we get something extra thankful tomorrow? Could the Giants pull off the upset of the Cowboys? It would help us out in a huge way. How about the Patriots potentially taking out the Vikings on Thursday night? I know Bob always gets on me because of my looking ahead. But it's not too early to start contemplating the dominoes that need to fall in order to clinch the NFC East and then the top seed. We go East, then we go top seed. By the way, the magic number to clinch the NFC East is 6.
Jeez.
6.
Who would think you're 9-1 and the magic number 6?
That's
really,
crazy.
you would think
That's
it's
crazy.
I mean, you still have a lot of work to do. So it's going to drop to 5 tomorrow over Dallas or the Giants. And I personally, I don't want to act like I'm scared, but I personally would do I'd love to see the Giants beat the Cowboys tomorrow. Connor, you actually think it's got a chance to happen?
Yeah, I really do. It's a letdown game. It's a short week. I know it's a short week for both those teams, but I feel like short weeks lend to tighter games. We saw that when the Eagles played the Texans.
The line, by the way, has gone to 10 this morning on the BetParks app, up from 7.5 and 8. It's now 10.
I might have to play that.
I took the Giants in the points.
I just see the Giants as a sneaky good team, not one that should be threatening in like an overarching sense to the Eagles, but in any given game, and especially divisional, especially short week, especially a prime time with a little bit more juice like that. Yeah, New York's still a team that's somewhat dangerous, so I could see that.
Magic number to clinch the 6, Pat, but we want to see the magic number be 5 over the Cowboys, right? I mean, we're not you with 2 games with the Giants. You know you can handle your own business, right?
Yeah, not worried about that, and honestly, not worried about I think the Giants are to come back down to earth. Now, I've been saying that all year, and they've improved me wrong. But I'm not all that worried about the Giants. We did the exercise yesterday of teams in the NFC you're scared of, and we all had the Dallas Cowboys number 1.
Yes,
we kind of expected them to really take a big jump back when Cooper Rush had to come in, and he held the ship. So you get Dak. And then you get Odell Beckham. I still have faith that the Eagles are a better team because their secondary, I think, will lock up the weapons of Dallas. But that's not to say that it's a foregone conclusion when you play them that game's going to be a gimme. And as you say, the game won't even matter.
I hate the Cowboys. Take. It's the only. I mean, but you know what's funny is there's rarely any other.
Warning: this is a hot take alert.
Yeah, but I don't hate any other team. Like, I don't hate a team in the NBA. I don't hate a team.
I hate the Celtics.
I hate the Mets. It's Cowboys and Mets for me are the only 2, really.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, I don't like the Celtics, but I don't like the Celtics and the Sixers is sort of so calmed down over the years that I've lost it. The Cowboys and the Mets, it never changes.
Yeah.
Nothing ever changes.
I think Anthony Gargano would strangle you if he
Pat,
heard you
we
saying
agree
you're cool with
again.
the Celtics.
What the hell is this,
I don't know
Pat?
what's going on here, but I don't like it.
Is it odd? I
don't like agreeing with you this much.
You don't like it because then you realize
Maybe
that the commonality.
I don't want to be looking in the mirror and seeing your face.
You don't. It's coming right back at you.
Years.
Is Bob Cooney the wedge that drives you two apart? Is it only when Bob's here that you guys just disagree?
It could be sort of.
That's scumbag Bobby.
Bob, there's nobody who nudges people on better than Bob Cooney is Jerry Seinfeld on the TV show Seinfeld.
I go 2 ways.
You know how Jerry always will just nudge Elaine and George
or whatever.
And then he'll go, "What are you guys arguing about?"
Yeah, but there's a big difference though. Jerry never had relations with a pie.
I could bang a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's why I would stay clear at the Cooney Thanksgiving celebration. You'd clear the pumpkin pie would probably be the one you'd avoid.
Well, no
okay. I'm glad.
I'd rather you bite me than lick me.
Well,
Bob's getting riled up.
Yeah, he gets kinky around the pies.
That's a whole nother issue.
It's this holiday.
Bob's having quite the day today. Hey, it's a magic number to secure the NFC's top seed is 7, by the way, over the Vikings. Could the Patriots beat the Vikings? Are the Vikings ready to take, Pat, you've been saying it, and I've been saying it too, by the way, so I'm not pointing a finger, but are the Vikings ready to take a little bit of a step back? Or do you believe they are really the kind of team that could hang neck and neck with the Eagles for a good 2-3 months? I don't. I keep waiting for the bottom to fall out of them a little bit.
I agree with you. And
could the Patriots do it?
I don't know. I mean,
they're sneaky good defensively.
You can't count out a Bill Belichick-led team. But after that, you've got the Jets, who they're 6-4, but I don't think anyone really thinks they're all that good of a team. Then you've got the 4-6 Lions. That's a divisional game, and they'll play hard. Colts, okay. I mean, maybe Jeff Saturday can get something more out of those guys. Giants 7-3, but once again, we really don't think the Giants are 7-3 level good. There's a possibility that they do come back down to earth because you look at their next couple games, I could see them losing 2 of them.
Right.
I mean, I think there's a lot of games in here that aren't going to be gimmies. I think the Patriots will play them hard. I think the Lions will absolutely play them hard. I could see the Colts playing them hard, but they win that game. And then the Giants, obviously, those players are playing for Brian Dable. So I absolutely think that they could lose 2 out of the next 5.
By the way, Patriots are the top defensive team in the AFC.
Yeah, certainly. They've had a really, really good defense, and that's the call.
They're under 17 a game.
Yeah. The issue
Only
is,
2 teams are under 17 a game.
The
Dallas
issue is the guy who
and
plays
New England.
quarterback for them might be awful in Mac Jones, and is certainly playing like it right now. They were tied 3-3 with the Jets on like the final play of the game. I get it was windy. Oh, run the ball. I don't know. I see a better chance that the Giants beat the Cowboys than that the Patriots take down the Vikings.
I think Bill Belichick goes and gets Jimmy Garoppolo this offseason.
Really?
Brings him back, huh?
I do.
I'm gonna.
Well,
I'll bet you
if Jimmy Garoppolo was their quarterback, because what is he going to do? Is he going to go to the draft and get one? Because Mac Jones is not. He's holding them back.
Yeah, but what do you do if you're the 49ers and you have a really good season under Garoppolo?
You've already drafted. You traded up to get a guy 3rd in the draft.
Didn't change anything in Green Bay.
You have to let him.
Didn't change any, I know they didn't go as high to get Jordan Love, but didn't change anything in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I do forget the story. That's why I'm asking. It's not a hypothetical here, never mind. But with the Jimmy G trade, was that all Belichick or was that all Robert Kraft? Because it was one of the two.
Robert Kraft, Tom Brady wanted him gone, reportedly.
I remember that part of it, but one of them basically sold him for like a bill of goods. I mean, it was a second-round pick.
No, he was pissed.
It was a second-round pick, but I remember one of them okayed it, and the trade value at the time was very, very low. And I forget if it was Belichick or if it was Robert Kraft.
I think Belichick was ready to move on with Jimmy G, and Tom Brady wanted to stay, and Mr. Kraft demanded that Jimmy G be traded. I've read a book on it, so I feel embarrassed that I cannot think of the book that I read that details the story. But Belichick was ready to move on. Tom Brady was pissed about that. And Mr. Kraft stepped in and said, "Oh, Tom, you want to stay?" He overruled Belichick, and then Belichick traded Jimmy G pretty much for crap. And just was like, "You're making me trade him where everybody knows I now have to trade him."
Yeah, because they got a second-round pick for him.
Belichick loved Jimmy G and wanted to stay with him. As far as I remember the story, I think Gary Myers wrote the book, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm embarrassed that I can't think of the title, so I'm sorry about that.
I think it was not voting for T.O. because he wouldn't show up to the Hall of Fame. I think that was the working title for the book.
Oh, it really was? There you go.
And then he changed it.
Then he changed it.
It was a little wordy.
By the way, I'm a little of the Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Buccaneers, both in points per game. Eagles are 7th in points per game. But Buccaneers, 49ers, and Cowboys have all jumped ahead. So it's interesting.
Well, yeah.
They've all jumped ahead. The Eagles still.
Fine. I'm not too worried about that.
The Eagles still at 18.3 points per game is fantastic.
Right. And you had a couple low-level offensive performances.
This is defensively. I'm talking about defensively. This is defensively. They're 7th in the NFL in points per game. Offensively, I believe they're 4th. Yeah, 5th in points per game. They're 5th in points per game.
Yeah, those teams don't worry me because the record is still, there's such a big gap. Besides the Cowboys, who I think by the end of the year there will be a sizable gap, like 3 games worth. Yeah, it doesn't, that whole points per game, let me see them head-to-head with the Eagles before I'm worried about it, and we're not going to see that till playoffs, outside of Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to, we'll worry about it then.
Right.
Reading between the lines a little bit, we have the audio of Dave Dombrowski at his press conference speaking about the future of Reese Hoskins. And I want you to hear what he said, and I want you to tell me what do you take away from it, because I'm honestly very confused as to what side of the fence he's on, and that's probably great for a guy who's the head of baseball operations. Listen.
Rhys Hoskins works his tail off. He works as hard as anybody possibly can, and he does the best to try to make himself the best player possible. But he's not a Gold Glove first baseman, for example. I mean, it's just he's made himself better. He also is a somewhat streaky hitter. So when it's going good, it's great, and when it's not going good, it's not so good. But the one thing about him is consistency of showing up in the clubhouse, working hard. You couldn't find a better person than this. So to me, you have to understand your players, and there's a lot of good things about him, but he's not the perfect player.
Okay, now I don't think anybody thinks that any player has to be the perfect player. I want a hell of a lot more of a perfect player, though, than what you get out of Rhys Hoskins many, many times, especially in the field. Connor, you locked on Phillies podcast, I'm sure, talking about this. What do you believe he was saying?
I think he's sitting firmly on the fence with Rhys Hoskins.
So you do believe it's an on the fence. He's not just posturing that to tell people I could go either way on this.
No, I legitimately think it's, hey, he does some things really well. When he's a streaky good hitter, he's one of the better hitters in the game. When he's bad, he strikes out 3 times a game consistently for a couple of weeks. When he fields, he's not good. We all know that. It's just kind of, he's got really high upside and really high downside, and he kind of fluctuates between the two. And for the money we're paying him, he's about as good of an option as you're going to get when he's at his best. And, hey, this is our guy for this year. So after that, who knows going forward. But, just
he says he's open to any trades, by the way.
Right, which he
no
should
players
be.
Off limits.
He's like on an expiring contract. He's done after 2023 and won't be with the Phillies anymore.
Pat, do you believe if Rhys Hoskins hears that? So Rhys listens to the show. I'm sure he loves it.
How could he not?
What do you say, Rhys?
He doesn't like poll questions and stuff. So Rhys is listening. Do you think he likes that answer?
If he's honest with himself, he understands it.
But none of us are ever.
We're usually not
truly honest with ourselves sometimes.
I would hope that Rhys Hoskins mirrors the Alonzo Mourning gif where he looks really mad and he's shaking his head and then he goes, well, actually, he's got a point. Because he does. He wasn't disparaging in anything he said. He works really hard, but he's got deficiencies. And at some point, you can work as hard as you want, but you just plateau. I think Rhys has just plateaued in terms of defense, which is unfortunate because he's not a good defensive first baseman. That's not a huge slight against him. It's just a fact.
I don't think he'll ever. I don't think he's ever going to be better than what we've seen.
I agree with you. I think this is it. And if this is it, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
We've had worse.
It is. I just.
He's saying what we all know, right? And what Rhys Hoskins should know about himself. And it'd be dumb to blow smoke when we all see it. Like, I understand you kind of have to play the middle ground because you don't want to disparage the player too much because he's still on your team and everything like that. But we saw how bad the defense was this year, and we know how streaky he can be. He was just kind of stating the obvious to me, and you got him for one more year. That's what you're going to expect at the first base position while Rhys Hoskins is your guy. I think that's all he was saying.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I mean, I think that's an okay...
Yeah, I mean, the expectation that he's going to come in and all of a sudden become a Gold Glove defender, it's not at this age. It's not there. So I think he was kind of saying, like, look, the guy works hard. It's not like he's not working at it, but at some point, he is what he is.
Does he have to? Does he have to be here next year because of what happened in the postseason? Does he have to be here?
You mean for the 2023 season?
Yes.
Not because of that. I think it's because of the contract situation.
Yep, agreed 100%.
He's
cheap.
Yeah, it's a bargain for what he gives you.
For what he gives you, it is a bargain.
End of the year, back of the baseball card, he's worth significantly more than what you're going to pay him this year, even with the bad defense. Does that mean you can win a championship with him? I don't know, but it means that he's your best option right now at first base for the 2023 season. So, yeah, he's going to be here.
How is he? Yeah, how is he not? It's not like
What if somebody really I got to imagine that his representation is going to go to free agency next year, so you're not going to get somebody that wants to trade for him.
Yeah, you'd have to get a knock your socks off, take your pants off, wave them over your head type of offer for Rhys Hoskins for him to move.
And I don't think you're going to get that
prior to the season. Trade deadline, we'll see though.
And you're not getting a guy that's going to hit you 30 home runs at that price.
No, you're not.
Exactly.
Max, he's probably going to be $13 million max. I think he's more 10, but whatever. But he's going to go to arbitration. He's going to get anywhere from $10 to $13 million. You're not getting a 30 home run, 240 hitter at that price.
Right. Yeah, look at the guys you're paying $20 million for a year right now. Like,
it's amazing.
Anthony Rizzo just got like
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
he got
19
34. No, he got 34 for 2 years.
Yeah,
so 17 a year.
That's ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous.
So that's the thing. It's like who you're replacing him with. Well, if you want to put Schwarber in there, his defense isn't going to be great, but you live with it because he's hitting you 47 home runs. And that's the problem with Reese. You can live with his bad defense if he's hitting 40 home runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody lived with Ryan Howard's bad defense when he was hitting 50 home runs.
Exactly.
We didn't like it, but we live with it.
No, we live with it. I mean, because he was a monster.
Yeah, but when you're hitting 30, it's way different.
Hey, we head into the final stretch of the morning, presented by Stretch Zone. Wait a minute, it's Wednesday. That means I get my stretch today. Cannot wait. If you want to relieve sore muscles after that underhanded pitch softball season with pinch runners.
I'm hurting, John.
Connor. Increase your flexibility and range of motion to be able to be part of the sack pack when you play your hockey. Book your free 30-minute stretch session today. Go to stretchzone.com. So much coming your way, including the everyman, Bruce Springsteen. Pat, we're going to expose him. Seems like he just sings about it. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
If you don't like it, go on the internet and complain.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Honey, I did it.
You did what?
I switched us to T-Mobile.
Really?
Did you see those rate hikes from AT&T and Verizon this year? With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, they won't raise our rates for talk, text, and data ever.
T-Mobile won't raise the rate? Ever?
Happy New Year!
Is our T-Mobile rate the same?
Yeah!
Nice.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
You too. Say, is our T-Mobile rate still the same?
It is. Happy 4th of July!
Same T-Mobile rate?
Yes, it is. Happy Labor Day.
Still the same?
Yes! It's still the same rate.
This holiday, make the switch from Verizon and AT&T to T-Mobile. With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise the rate of your talk, text, and data ever. And you'll avoid those random rate hikes. Get even more at T-Mobile.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Price Lock guarantees rate plan price of current on-network service for eligible lines on new accounts. See details at T-Mobile.com.
If you got an IRA or 401k, I got bad news for you. Hi, this is Joseph Abundante, best-selling author from right here in the Philadelphia area, and I want to give you a free copy of my new book, Retirement Income Mastery. The IRS wants you to think these qualified plans are the best way to save for retirement. They give you a tax break when you contribute. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Qualified plan could be a tax disaster when you retire. With over $30 trillion in debt, taxes are already going up. Imagine paying a top tax rate of over 90% like in the 1960s. There is a better way. It's an alternative the wealthy use that often beats your IRA and 401k. It's been around for years. Your money grows tax deferred, and when done right, has no taxes in retirement and no income taxes when you die. Plus, you grow your money potential double digits with no risk of losing money from market crashes. When the market tanks again, you lose nothing. Call Joe Abundante at 1-800-207-4545 to get a free copy of my book and talk to a specialist to protect yourself from crashes and taxes. No credit card required. Call 1-800-207-4545. That's 1-800-207-4545.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-938-1454. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-938-1454. That's 800-938-1454. Again, 800-938-1454.
Philadelphia's hometown sportsbook is ready to make this football season one to remember. All season long, you can score at Bet Rivers Sportsbook with free bets, odds boosts, and more. With player props, thousands of game lines, and live in-game betting, Bet Rivers Sportsbook delivers a best-in-class sports betting experience and has an experienced customer service team to back it up. Visit BetRivers Sportsbook today and bet this football season with a local trusted team that puts you first. Go to BetRivers.com and be a winner. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Cuz. Score the biggest savings of the year during Colonial Marble and Granite's Black Friday Super Sale. Save 30% off all stone kitchen countertops, 35% off all kitchen cabinetry, plus 60% off select exotic stone. Get zero money down, 0% financing on purchases of $19.99 or more. Get that kitchen and bathroom of your dreams. Stop into one of their area showrooms or at colonialmarble.net and tell them Cuz sent you.
Friday, the biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes.
What can this kid do?
Against the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England.
What a night!
Team USA face their toughest test of the tournament with everything on the line and a chance to shock the world.
It is magnificent!
USA, England. Coverage begins Friday at 1 Eastern on Fox.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Some people say bigger is better. When it comes to buying a home, a TV, or an ice cream sundae, wouldn't you rather go big? Insurance companies think that because they're bigger, they can pay injured people less than what they really deserve. But guess what? We're big too. As America's largest personal injury firm, we know that our size matters. If you're going up against a big insurance company, you need a big firm fighting for you. And when we win big, you win big. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Experience the holidays at the Reading Terminal Market. Famous 4th Street Cookie Company. Make your holidays fun and festive with award-winning homemade cookies from famous 4th Street Cookie Company. Cookie boxes and cookie trays make the perfect dessert or holiday gift. Junta's Prime Shop. Shop their selection of top quality meats for your holiday meals. Freshly seasoned and prepared sausages and turduckens are available. Join 97.5 The Fanatic's Anthony Gargano as he broadcasts live from the market this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
It's Black Friday all week at Staples with huge savings on HP Tech. This week, save $130 on the HP LaserJet Pro 4101 FDWE printer. This laser printer is perfect for small businesses, delivering maximum productivity with blazing fast print speed for up to 10 users. And right now at Staples, save even more when you bundle an HP printer, PC, and monitor. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store. Offer good in-store and online. Ends 11/26.
The holidays will be here before you know it, and these deals will be gone before you know it. Don't miss Hellsberg Diamonds' The Best Deals of the Year Black Friday sale. Up to 60% off for a limited time on sparkling diamond hoops and studs. And can't miss gifts like beautiful diamond pendants and tennis bracelets. And here's a gift for you, a free Nintendo Switch Lite with a purchase of $699.99 or more. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you. Offer valid November 22nd through November 30th while supplies last. See online or in-store for details.
It's Black Friday deal days at CJ's Tire and Automotive. Now through November 30th, CJ's has instant savings on their most popular tires. This is the last big savings event of the year. That means it's your last chance to get a great deal on new tires and be prepared for the winter weather ahead. CJ's Black Friday deal days ends Wednesday, November 30th. Get your best deal right now at any of CJ's 17 area locations or shop and reserve your tires online at cjtire.com. CJ's Tire and Automotive. Better, faster, and more affordable.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. Plan your game days at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, the ultimate game day watch party headquarters, presented by Bud Light. Catch all the action at Sports and Social or Center Bar with giveaways, contests, and special alumni appearances. Sip on specialty cocktails at the Prime Rib. Try Philly favorites with a twist at Luck Fu, like cheesesteak egg rolls or the Philly Roll. Plus, enjoy $5 Bud Lights every game. Game days at Live, presented by Bud Light. To learn more, visit livecasinophilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Reminder that the final stretch of the John Kincade Show is presented by our friends at Stretch Zone. Your body deserves a good stretch. Go get a great one At Stretch Zone. I'll have mine today. Be all limber. Book your free 30-minute stretch session today at stretchzone.com. Connor, you haven't gone in and done your free stretch yet.
No, because I'm worried they're going to break me.
They're not going to break you.
I'm not flexible at all.
No,
so I'm like,
you're going to feel, it's going to feel amazing because you are still athletic.
I haven't tied my shoes without sitting down in like ever.
Okay, well, I will tell you, it will make you feel amazing.
Okay.
And Pat, they're waiting to see you in Exton. They want to meet this Pat Egan fella.
Can't wait to be 5'5".
They want to meet you.
Yeah, it can get you taller.
I can tell you it feels better.
So I can get to 6'3" from 6'2"?
I will tell you this. We have the little, what's my wife call it? They built this little area like in the house that
the kitchen.
So when you walk in the door,
bathroom.
you sit and there's a bench.
Yeah.
And there's hooks so you can put your shoes
like
on and everything
area,
like that.
Cubby hole.
And I never feel tying my shoes any kind of when I stretch, when I do anything, nothing. No issues, nothing. No back pain. It's amazing.
Nice.
Stretching, yeah.
Check
Go
it
do
out.
it. Go check out Stretch Zone.
Find some time.
Pat, this is something that I've tried to get into the show sheet various times, but Bob has literally embargoed the topic.
Okay.
And with Bob out today, we can get to it on Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, jeez.
Did you see what Bruce Springsteen had to say about the uproar over his exorbitant ticket prices for his tour?
I didn't.
Listen to what he said. Because he was asked, it says, it caused a bit of an uproar in the fan community because some of the tickets used dynamic prices.
Wait, can you read that again in his voice?
No, he's being asked this question.
Okay.
And some tickets hit $5,000. Did you know in advance about those price points and dynamic pricing? And do you have any regrets about it? This is what he said. He said he patted himself on the back for charging a little less than market value for his tickets for the last 50 years. So he says, I wanted a bigger piece of the pie this time around. Quote, this time I told my management team, I want to do what everybody else is doing. My peers. So that's what happened. And that's what they did. He said, I figured that I'm the guy sweating on the stage for 3 hours at night. I should be getting it, not the third-party people. Pat, does that sound like the everyman?
Yeah, that sounds like the greedy man.
It doesn't sound like an everyman to me.
No.
Nah, it really doesn't.
I mean, put on a 3-hour show on a Tuesday when everybody has work the next day. That's.
I'm a little
really into that.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised with that answer.
Oh, what that greed took over? No, I'm not.
No, I am a little surprised because he fancies himself the everyman, but he literally says, "Yeah, I want to do what everybody else is doing. Cash me. Let me cash in."
Well, he needs the money.
But this is what he's always.
Yeah.
You know what, Pat?
Those jeans
property taxes in Jersey.
Those jeans aren't cheap.
I told Connor. Do you know he sold his music library in the last 6 months? His entire catalog.
Dude, how much money did he make from that?
What would you guess?
A bill?
No, $529 million.
Ooh,
it's a good payday.
That's a deal.
So
I think that is a deal.
So why do you have to price gouge your fans?
Because you know they'll pay it.
Maybe
he
owes money to somebody.
You just sold for $529 million.
You know that the Philadelphia Media Members Society will
just the sports writers.
Yeah, will more than be willing to pay that.
I think I'm waiting for a John Clark tweet after this.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm going to get just bludgeoned on this one.
Guys, I'm going over to Jersey for Thanksgiving. I'm afraid they're not going to let me in the state if I take your guys' side on this one. So I think Bruce is making a good choice.
No, you get ostracized in the Philly media market if you're not a Bruce guy.
Pat, how would he like the dynamic pricing? Would he sing about it at all?
Yeah,
I mean, we usually leave this to Jamie. Maybe on the pregame.
Yeah.
I like the dynamic pricing.
Just a couple of guys from Jersey City and we're trying to get paid.
That no longer can afford to go to the concert because it's
dynamic. Down the
you get yours, Bruce. Shout out Jersey.
To get paid.
So the
property taxes.
So the everyman was just an act.
Well,
it was always an act.
So it was just an act.
Look, he's got a great work ethic and all that.
He does.
Yeah,
and a great show. He puts on a great show.
Phenomenal.
I think as far as billionaires
I've seen him
go,
3 times.
He's an everyman billionaire.
My brother's listening right now, and he's like, damn.
Oh, there are a lot of people
Bruce
listening
has
right now
everything.
That are probably cursing us out.
Oh, he's a Bruce fan.
Well, I mean, there are many of them.
My brother's a disciple. He would have been a great Philly sports writer, Pat. Could have fit right in with the ball.
That's right, yeah.
It's just, I know I'm going to get shunned.
Yeah.
Now, in the press box on Sunday night, no one will sit and have dinner with me.
You're going to have open seats all around.
There will be just like, no, we can't. We got to distance ourselves. He's the pariah. Dynamic pricing. I hate that.
King of New Jersey.
I hate that stuff.
I won't go against him.
Hey, Martin Laws, Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. Is there anyone in your life, if I was to say to you now, in your life that somehow surrounds sports, whether it was a little league coach, a high school coach, a teammate, or somebody that you're thankful for some reason that you never, ever thanked? That you never, ever really articulated the words to say, thank you for the opportunity, or thanks for teaching me something, or that you just never took the time to do? Shaq did a thing about him and Kobe, saying how one of the things that he said to people at the holidays is there are so many times he could have picked up the phone and helped to remedy their relationship. Thankfully, their relationship got somewhat fixed before he died. But he's like, there were so many times that just there was something that crossed his mind that he'd want to reach out and he wouldn't do it. And Kobe didn't do it either. Like the two of them just decided to be stubborn. And he's like, reach out to family, reach out to friends, reach out to somebody. Is there anybody, Connor, who helped you along the way that, or maybe that you think of that you said, I never took the time to say thank you?
Yeah, I always say thanks to my dad and my mom because it's easy to look at the parents, right? And my dad coached me a lot growing up. And
your dad's.
Yeah, he
I'd
was
thank him because if he decides to swat you,
yeah,
you're going to be in big trouble.
He's a big guy. But
jeez,
I don't think I thank my brother enough. If you don't know, I have a younger brother who's about 13 months younger than me. And we always played on the same teams growing up. We went to the same college together. We played on the same college baseball team. We played the same team after school. And it was kind of that natural pushing of each other that I don't think I would have had if we didn't play the same sport and play it super competitively and push each other, if not in the most healthy way sometimes. And I don't ever really – it's harder to thank your siblings, I think, for that push than it is to thank your parents because they're the figure above you and they're driving you to the games or coaching you. So – yeah, I would say my brother for pushing me the way he did in all the sports I played growing up.
I like that. I like that very much. Pat, anybody?
Well, I mean, if we're just talking sports.
Yeah, if we're talking around the world of sports.
Okay, so that's different. So let me just dissect that. So in sports terms, I haven't thanked the captain of each hockey team I played for because that's not an easy sell. I'm not very good, and the fact that they keep me on the email list, appreciate you. But in terms of in the world of sports, I look at the career because I'm with Connor. I thank my mom and dad, and I think that they know that. But in the world of sports, I've had mentors in this industry that I haven't really thanked, but I know that they played a critical part in just me being here.
I like
and me
that.
Still having a career.
Who would be some of those?
Well, one person's Coach. I mean, Coach, we always joke about it, but Coach hired me. Coach went to bat for me a lot when people wanted to just get rid of me and didn't think I was very good.
Look, I had my reasons.
Yeah, and I understand it. Coach was big. Devon was big.
So is Devon.
And you worked with Devon 2 years?
Yeah, and loved every minute of it. That's my guy. Harry Mays.
Harry's
took a liking
fantastic.
to me. John Marks was big in my progression when I first started.
Johnny Marks.
Yeah, when I first started as an intern here, he was the big producer for Missinelli, and he took a liking to me. So I had a lot of people in my corner, a lot of people that weren't, but luckily the people that were in my corner were very boisterous about it. And
yeah, good people
kept me here. So yeah,
that's a good list.
I never thanked them because I don't think I'm still here and have a career if it wasn't for those four.
Harry still hasn't set up a golf date, so I've only been home for 2 years.
He's busy.
What's Harry busy with?
Drinking.
He's always having a cocktail. He's
Yeah.
He's either golfing, watching sports, or having a cocktail.
That sounds like
a busy life.
Sounds like a fantastic life.
He's
but
stacked up.
I mean,
That takes up a lot of
That's
time.
some good people. Those are some really good people. That's a really good list.
You always remember the people that took an interest in you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I will tell you that there's so many people in this industry. The best one ever for building a career wise is Dan Patrick. I've told the story before that I got to have a 6-month contract to do ESPN game night. Do you remember, Pat, when they used to have the game night was the 6-hour show at night?
No, I don't.
ESPN used to have 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, that's a prime shift.
It's called ESPN Game Night every night of the week. And literally Amy Lawrence, who's on CBS now, Freddie Coleman, Doug Gottlieb, a bunch of people got their start doing that on this game night. So they signed me to a 6-month contract to come up once a month. So I'd go up to Bristol, and I'd do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night on game night. And it's a 6-hour radio shift, which is stupid, by the way. I mean, that's a bad shift. And one night, Dan Patrick's driving back from a girls' basketball tournament, and I was on the air. Dan did not know who I was, and he said, "Who is that?" on the air. He calls Jason Barrett.
He said, "Get rid of this
from
man
Barrett Sports Media," and goes, "What's his name? Who is he? Whatever." And Dan Patrick went into the boss and said, "Next month when I'm off at Thanksgiving, let him fill in." And he let me fill in Thanksgiving and the day after for the Dan Patrick Show. And other people were pissed about it, that I got the opportunity to fill in because there were other people that would rather have filled in. Dan went to bat and said, "Let him have a shot." I did it, and then Dan listened and said, "Let him do Christmas week if he wants to do Christmas week." My wife and I literally had to cancel traveling because I was like, I have to do Christmas week. It's Dan Patrick's show. Couldn't do it. And it led to a lot of great things. Dan Patrick's
awesome.
one of the best people in the business.
Did it lead to a lot of great things, though? Because you're sitting here with me
I am here with you and Connor on the
current company.
Normally it's Bob, and that is a great
let
thing.
me think of this again. You
really should be cursing out Dan Patrick right now for
one of the
leading to
best,
this.
one of the best guys in the business, though. Just really, and there's a lot of people though. Pat, that's a great way to look at it too. And we've talked about it. We talked about it last year on the Thanksgiving show. Pat, you and I probably in the same way. I know that the further I went along in my academic career, teachers liked me more. But I was a flaming pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. Same.
In grade school, early grade school.
Oh, grade school teachers hated me.
I mean, and then you get to high school, and a lot of the teachers would like you for the same reasons that the grade school teachers wouldn't.
Exactly.
I would imagine Connor was put your head down, do your work, be a good kid in the classroom, sort of the average kid in the classroom as far as behavior. Not a goody two-shoe, but never being a problem.
No, that's pretty much it. I'd have my jokes and stuff like that.
Right.
No, I was always a head down student.
What about our boy Ray Dunn there? Can you imagine Ray Dunn?
Ray is front of the class and Ray's. Did you forget the homework? I can
imagine Ray Dunn.
That dude's the guy that somebody asked him. Oh God,
Ray Dunn, youth pastor. Don't you call him Ray Dunn, youth pastor?
He does look like a youth pastor, but he's the guy who the project got announced 10 minutes ago, and he's already done it. And he acts like you're crazy for not doing it.
Ray is the honestly,
like what?
If you were casting
had the time.
If you were casting in a movie, Ray is, and he's getting introduced to the Fanatic family here, proud Tempo Al. And I can say is that if I was casting in a movie and you said the teenage girl was going to have a guy come to the door to take her out, and the father was going to hate the guy that sort of had maybe a cigarette leather jacket type of thing, and then Ray shows up and the dad's like, "Yeah, you want to take my car?" Ray's that clean-cut all-American boy.
I appreciate that.
Were you bad in class? Never.
No. I
knew
can't
that.
even fake like I was a bad kid. I was not.
Never? Like you never did anything disruptive in class?
I mean, I probably as I got into high school where I was like, oh, yeah.
A little bit?
Where
spring forward?
Spring forward, correct.
What's disruptive to you? You asked too many questions?
No.
Turned into homework
I
too
think
fast?
that's where it was. Towards the end of high school, I got to man, I've been a real nerd for a long time. Maybe I should dial it back.
What's the most illegal thing you did as a kid? Say it. No one's listening.
Jaywalk.
Oh, whoa, no. I'm not going into that.
I thought you were a good kid. Now there's a checkered past.
There might be a checkered past.
There's a difference between when you're there from 7:30 to 2:30 or whatever.
What is the most criminal thing you ever did?
Bad kid Ray Dunn.
I bet
we had some fun in high school.
Ray never asked anybody to buy him cigarettes. He was the one who bought cigarettes.
Did you get any
what
cars?
can I say over the air? I don't know what I can say.
You can say whatever you want. Once.
I ran.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe in my youth, we ransacked a crime scene.
What?
Oh, yeah. See,
this seems very illegal.
You're not getting me for that.
We are done a couple minutes early.
We ransacked it. No, it's gone. I mean, it's statute of limitations.
You ransacked it.
Statute of limitations is over.
What is this? Like a car hit a stoplight? Or
no, there was an apartment where they were waiting to try to get the people who lived in this apartment down at the Jersey Shore who had been involved in the committing of a crime, and they left all of their belongings. And they left them for weeks and weeks at a time because they weren't going to come back because they'd be arrested.
So you stole the criminal's belongings.
We knew a way into the apartment that you didn't have to go through the doors.
Smart move.
Is this normal? Does he usually admit to crime?
No, I mean that's not a crime.
You should have heard the one about him illegally trafficking alcohol from Delaware.
I was listening
about that one.
When he was talking about the Christmas decoration.
That's it. You mean like making the deers mount each other?
We used to take the old Christmas trees and put them in the street in our neighborhood and block the street because our neighborhood, there's only one way through to the back of the neighborhood.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
And you'd have to get out at like 2 a.m. and just move the trees. And
Okay,
then,
that would
yeah.
not. I would find that annoying. As
It's
the
annoying,
person,
but it's not like hurtful in any way. It's just get out of the car.
as
move
the
it.
person who
Inconvenient.
leaves the neighborhood earliest in my neighborhood.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would suck.
Which
If
is
I
why
had
we
to
did it. 'Cause
maneuver-
it was funny. We'd hide in the bushes
That's a
and laugh
funny.
at it.
I think that's a funny. That's a funny gag.
Yeah, I think that's good.
That's not
good
bad.
bit. Yeah,
for
solid
sure.
bit.
That's not bad. So Ray, enjoying your time here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pat, you could. I mean,
He's okay. I think he looks like Connor McDavid personally.
Connor
can't hear
McDavid's
Pat.
a
definitely
I
see
think
it.
he looks
Whoa,
exactly
that's a good
like Connor McDavid.
That's a good pull. That's a very. You look like Connor McDavid.
Oh yeah, no, that was a good one.
That's a good
We
pull,
got-
Pat.
Pat, Andrew, and I on Saturday got generic Bible salesman, which was kind of weird.
Oh,
That could
yeah.
work. Generic
I would buy a Bible
salesman.
from you.
So,
I would trust you to
so
sell
you
me a
could,
Bible.
You could cross. You could be selling the Baptist slant Bible,
Bro, Ray,
the Catholic slant Bible.
Ray's knocking
I
on
guess
your
I could
door
be
on a
selling
Saturday.
it. Really?
Anything? What
Yeah.
are you saying?
Ray's knocking on your door on a Saturday asking
Ray
you for a
could.
few minutes for the Lord.
Yeah, for sure. Can't
If
do
you
it on
put him in-
Sunday because he's got
If
Sunday
you put him in
school,
a
but-
white shirt, could he come to your door in a white pressed dress shirt, getting off of a bike?
Wait, you saying
Could
he's
he?
Mormon?
Could he be a Mormon?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
How many wives do
You'd
you have?
cast him as a Mormon?
One girlfriend.
Yeah, no, not enough girlfriends or wives.
monogamy.
Couldn't
One
pull off the
girlfriend
Mormon.
that's still, I must say.
I met
She
her.
could be great.
How?
Not
How
Mormon
did-
material.
I'm biased.
sorry.
I think she's
Are
fantastic.
you
Gotta
saying,
have
Pat?
multiple.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, this dude way outkicked his coverage.
Oh, my gosh.
He hit the ball and it just rolled down to the 1
I
yard
don't
line.
understand. There must be something. He must have been a great. You both attended Temple University. She still does, right? I mean,
No,
she's done too.
She's a year older.
Oh, really?
You're older.
Wow, that's even better,
Wow.
Pat.
Yeah,
She's
I
a
know.
year older.
What the hell?
I swear to God, were you like the best tutor in the dorms?
No.
Or something? Like, how did
She's
this?
smarter than I am.
I don't understand.
Apparently
No, I don't
Okay,
understand
she's
it either.
not. Apparently not.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Fair,
that's
fair.
what we're gonna
Fair,
say.
that's fair.
Apparently not.
That's a tough sell. So,
And I met her parents at I met her parents at FanFest, and they really love him.
You met her parents. Would you go over for dinner?
I know at FanFest.
No, her
Oh,
parents
okay,
came to FanFest too.
It's gotta
we
be-
had a whole party.
But I was like,
Wow.
it's like I can't imagine that I'm ever gonna like any boyfriend of my daughter's.
Well,
As
that's
much-
that's
I
got
think
to
that's
be
how they went into it with me.
that's got to be a tough sell for Ray, right? And he was able to do it. But walking up and saying, "Hey, I know I look like a youth pastor now, and I know I look like a Bible salesman probably in a year or two, but I'm going to look like your husband in the future. And if you're thinking about the future regarding money and whatnot, you're going to have to be the breadwinner because I'm getting in a radio where they pay me about $5 and they give me a Wendy's gift card every once in a while. So you're going
We'll
to
give
have
them
to
gift
really,
cards,
You're
yeah.
going to have to hold down the fort for about a hard
Free
10
stuff.
years, and then we're good to go.
I think Ray was wondering, did I really study the right thing at Klein College at Temple University? And then he went to our first PJ's happy hour, and he said, wait a minute. They will ply you with free alcohol and food.
Well,
as
assuming
part
they
of the
know
station.
that you work for the station.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tried
that
to,
was
they
a
tried
little
to
bit.
kick him
I
off our
tried
table.
to thrown out. Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
tried to throw
Joe
you
Z.
out?
Joe Z walks up and he
Joe
goes,
Z.
"Hey,
Joe Z.
do you know this guy?" And I was like,
My
"Joe, he works at the station." And Joe Z had no idea because he's barely ever here.
Joe's signing.
Doesn't
By,
really work.
by the way, the other night I did the horrible thing again, and but I did tell the people that Joe had a conversation and posed for pictures
Oh, you got to stop
with
doing
people at happy hour as Dave Dombrowski.
He's got to stop doing that.
Jeez.
It's just a jerk, man.
And they were literally going, so we signing we going to go get somebody? And they totally bought it.
It's really just the hair.
You can't do that. Like
Yeah.
I can't go to happy hours and pose as Bradley Cooper and have people take pictures with me. It just
Well,
wouldn't be fair.
That's because
for a
they'd
different
have to
reason.
believe that you,
No,
exactly.
well,
They'd
yeah,
have to
'cause I'm
believe.
significantly taller, but
They'd
it's
have to
okay.
believe you
Great
were
point.
Bradley
Yeah,
Cooper.
that's what we were going for.
That's
that time. You
what
got
we were
it.
looking
Yep.
at there.
Yeah,
Let's
that's,
hard
I think I got the gist of it.
Ray, you work at Cuz Radio today, right?
That's right.
Okay, keep everything tight because when the board is not tight, Andrew can get a little spicy.
I'm not going to stand until Saturday. So,
Okay, so be ready. Just be ready.
All
Make
right,
it clean.
I'll be ready.
It's going to be a great show. Anthony Gargano's show from the Reading Terminal Market. I would say that Anthony is, we already know, maybe the most unique person I've ever heard in sports radio. But his show at the Reading Terminal Market, it will be a constant sidetracked conversation today of all the great people that he meets.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
That was the segment from last year's.
Yeah.
Like he'll be in the middle of a conversation breaking down the Eagles and the Packers. And then it will descend into a conversation. Oh, have you ever had a piece of that cheesecake? Oh my gosh, it's the best. Anthony will have it all going on today. It's going to be a great, great show. And if you're heading down to Reading Terminal Market, make sure you go and see Tunis too. See Tunis. It's going to be a great show. They always have a fun time with it. And Ray's got the pressure on him, Pat. Tight board. Andrew is a perfectionist.
Yes.
He wants a tight board.
Yeah, but he actually he requested Ray for Waking Cake, so
that's perfect.
A lot of pressure on him.
That is a lot of pressure.
Wow,
that is a lot
Big
of pressure.
shoes to fill there.
Now, Connor, you'll be back with me on Friday.
Yes, and I will be back this afternoon producing the best show ever.
The best show ever.
So I'll be on the
board. Pat, you have a great holiday weekend, dude.
Thanks, you too.
Deserve
I'm thankful forever for all of you guys.
You deserve it.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
And Ray will be in for Pat on Friday. So we will still be here. Connor and I will be here with Ray, and we will chat with you and descend into madness. And hopefully you are not shopping till you drop. You know, you plan accordingly. We don't want anybody dropping on Friday. Hey, support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partners, the Davis CPA Group. Great, great folks. And make a donation to the AACR today. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR. The American Association for Cancer Research. Cancer research saves lives. We're all very blessed to be with you every single morning. We appreciate you. We love you. We hope you have a great holiday. We'll be back on Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Cuz Radio celebrates the holiday and gets it kicked off next.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
This week's Pro to Watch is brought to you by Bradford White. Bradford White water heaters are built to be the best. This week's Pro to Watch is Sixers center Joel Embiid. Embiid recently won the Eastern Conference Player of the Week award, and over the last week and a half, Embiid is averaging 38 minutes a game with 11 rebounds and 6 assists, not to mention 4 blocks per game as well. In a recent 4-game stretch, Embiid scored 33, 26, 42, and 59 points, which was a career high. Since the NBA started counting blocks in the